Welcome to the 2021 In the Know Bowl. I'm your host, Nameless, joined alongside Study. We're in Brooklyn, New York, and we're excited to bring to you guys a crazy, exciting, and fun tournament. We had one last year where athletes and pro Call of Duty players were playing Call of Duty, and we thought we'd bring it back to you guys one more time. We have a stacked lineup of talent today. We're going to have an awesome tournament on Cold War. I couldn't be more excited. Let me go down this list real quick. We got Devonta Smith, Henry Ruggs, Mark Ingram, Jarvis Landry, Chase Claypool, Sebastian Joseph Day, Steven Jackson, Justin Jefferson. Is there anybody that gets you just super hyped?
Just Devonta Smith, man. The guy just came off of winning his college football championship with Alabama. He won the 2020 Heisman. The guy's riding on all highs right now. He broke 8 out of 9 records in receiving for his team in college, and that's an unbelievable record, man. That's unbelievable, and I can't wait to see him play Call of Duty.
I got to say, I am a Buckeyes fan. I do live in Columbus, so I'm a little bit salty at what you did to the Buckeyes. But, you know, it's all good. I've played with Justin Jefferson. He's pretty good at Call of Duty. We know that athletes like to dabble into Call of Duty, and they've been playing with some pro players over the last few months, and we've seen just this surge in pro athletes just loving COD. So it's actually super exciting to see them playing alongside some of these Call of Duty champions. I mean, you're looking at Havoc, who won 3 championships last year, Awakening, who burst onto the scene and dominated his first year. And you think about other players we have in here, Ogre 2, a Halo champion, legend, one of the all-time greats, right? So is there anybody that you're thinking is just going to come in here and fry on the pro Call of Duty side of things?
Oh, it's going to be Skies. The Skies, without a doubt. The guy was probably top 5 AR last year. And when you think about the guy, he won it in the previous year at the ITK Bowl last year. So the guy is just, he wants to come in here and make sure he continues to hold that crown high because he so far is the king.
That's true. All right, let's talk a little bit about our format today. So these guys are going to be playing competitive Cold War, and they're going to be playing Control. So tell me a little bit about what these guys are playing.
So what they're going to be doing different from the CDL is the CDL plays best of 5, which is going to be different from here because it's going to be best of 3. Instead of it being 30 lives, it's going to be 25 lives since it's only going to be a 2v2. There's not going to be any respawn delay. It's just going to be nonstop action the entire time, and I'm excited to see how these NFL players are able to handle themselves against Call of Duty pros.
Yeah, do you think that they're going to be playing at a quick pace, or are they going to be playing slow? Like, how do you think it's going to play out?
I think the only one that's going to be playing at a quick pace is Henry Ruggs. The guy ran a 4.27 at the NFL 2020 Combine, man. That's faster than me getting out of bed.
I will say, though, I am not fast in real life, but I am fast in the game, right? Like, so, I don't know. It takes me 4.27 seconds to get out of this chair. Like, so that is pretty quick. But, yeah, I think some of these guys will be playing at a fast pace. And, you know, Jarvis Landry and Chase Claypool, those are the 2 guys I've never seen play Call of Duty before, so I'm excited to watch them go, and they're actually our Game 3 matchup, and we know there's a little bit of a rivalry there after the words that Claypool exchanged about the Browns.
Yeah.
They came back and won that, so it'll be exciting to watch them go. But anyways, we got to give you guys a message from our sponsor. It is Pizza Hut. The ITK Bowl 2021 is delivered by Pizza Hut. Order a $10 Tastemaker pizza made with up to 3 of your favorite toppings. It's like a cheat code for your cravings. Head to pizzahut.com for contactless delivery. Nobody wants COVID. You can get carryout or curbside pickup. No one out-pizzas the Hut. All right, so definitely go check that out, guys. But we also have a recap video from the 2020 ITK Bowl. We're going to throw to that right now. Let me see what you guys think.
What if the challenge was to create huge awareness for one of the biggest online content hubs, In the Know, and introduce one of the newest teams to one of the most popular esports leagues in the world, the Florida Mutineers? But without a huge paid media budget and with only 3 weeks to pull it off, the Malka answer?
Welcome to Miami.
We started with America's biggest stage, created and launched the In the Know Bowl 2020 during the NFL Super Bowl weekend, pulling together top NFL talent and pairing them up with our esports stars to put on a live Call of Duty esports event, creating a smack-talking, edge-of-your-seat, 3-hour tournament-style competition hosted by some of your esports and NFL favorites. The results? Decked out with live music, art, drinks, and even a gaming station on a Humvee. Hopefully you grabbed a picture with the general.
NFL stars, esports stars, what more could you ask for?
The competition streamed live and distributed across In the Know, Verizon Media O&O, and the Florida Mutineers social channels, garnering over 16 million video views. With our production team cutting a 15-camera show, live with custom graphics, video playback, and game feeds pushing out to the world, and our huge projection wall in the party. The event was covered by more than 13 press outlets, including ESPN, and received some high praise from gamers and fans alike. So, what if your job is to raise awareness for your brand? What if Malka?
Man, I gotta say, I miss live events, dude. Didn't that look like a blast?
That looked insane, man. I would have had a great time if I was there. I promise.
Yeah, we got all our competitors remote and safe, right? So you just got to deal with our big heads up here in this awesome set that we got going on. So shout out to the guys, the In the Know guys. It's been awesome so far, and I can't wait to kick things off. But that's enough from us. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's definitely enough from us.
Yeah, so we got Kay Adams. She's going to be interviewing our competitors throughout the tournament. Let's hear what they had to say.
Jeremy, Anthony, you guys wanted to be there last year. I was in Miami at the In the Know Bowl. I'm so excited to be back. Last year, Skies and Landon Collins did the thing. And then the offensive guys from the NFL, like Devontae Adams and Keenan Allen, were like, hold up, we need to come back and win this thing. So we'll see offense versus defense, some of my favorite players in the NFL. You guys are talking about fast pace and who can do things quickly, playing Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. To me, it's all about the trash talk in this competition. And we have two of the best in the entire league in Mark Ingram and Jarvis Landry. Take a look. And let's take a look at some of the epic trash talk that's been going on leading up to the big event.
I feel like I'm a whole different person in video games. Once I get on the sticks, you know, I go crazy.
Jarvis Landry, I bet not see him in deathmatch because I plan on knocking his nog off. With the M4, one to the head, lay him down. Where's his teammate?
The opposing players talking trash, and I am absolutely talking trash.
I ain't even trying to get nobody else but him, trust me. I don't care about them kids, man. Tuck them in, put them night-night. Get off my screen, get out my lobby, go back to the home page.
I've never heard of Justin Jefferson playing a game. I've never seen nothing about it.
He can talk all the trash, he can say this and that, but once we get on them sticks, it's a whole different story.
Got the head coach with me, you know what I'm saying? We about to skirt, pull up.
Bro, trust me, I shoot and play like a professional player too, bro. I'm dirty.
Guess Ricky was talking trash, not sure why. He's clearly the coach for a reason.
We're in the league.
Got more championships than all my teammates, and I'm about to add another one after we're done with this.
We don't feel pressure, we apply it. Come on now.
So I'm going to feed off my teammate. We're going to get together, and we're going to shock the world.
We about to get it turned. We about to get it cracking.
I don't care about your age. I don't care if you're old or not. You got to get it.
The trash talk is next level, and that's what I'm here for. Of course, I'll be the sideline reporter working with Jeremy and Anthony to get you guys the best of the best here as we take a look at our first game. And we do have Bobby Poff joining us. He's teamed up with Devontae Smith, who is absolutely going to crush it in the NFL. They're taking on Steven Jackson and Ogre 2. Sky, of course, also playing this competition. Jeremy and Anthony already saying he can probably take this entire thing, and we'll get to him and Mark Ingram, his partner, in just a little bit. I was here last year. It was very cool to be in the mix in there, but big thanks to Malka Sports for putting this together, of course, and having us be able to make it happen virtually. And big thanks to Pizza Hut. If y'all want to drop off a couple pizzas at my house here in Manhattan, go for it. Okay, without further ado, Bobby Poff and Devontae Smith. Bobby, I'm going to talk to you first. What is it like teaming up with somebody that you've really never met or talked to in Devontae Smith? Devontae, you usually, I feel like, let your work speak for you on the field, but give me a little something here. Who's your biggest competition here out of the NFL players?
I'll probably say Mark Ingram. I heard about
him. What have you heard?
Just that he talk a lot of trash, that he's kind of good. Well, at least that's what he say.
Yeah, I'm sure Jarvis Landry even has something to say about that. I ask you, Bobby, as far as the gamers are concerned, the Mutineers, who's your stiffest competition here tonight? Oh, I don't know if we lost Bobby. Hopefully not. We might have lost Bobby there, but him and Devontae are getting it going. I don't really hear him, but we want to meet your competition in this first game, and that's, of course, Steven Jackson and Ogre 2. Let's get to know them.
Hey, I'm just going to say this. Tim Duncan named me the ultimate team player because I know how to be a team player in any environment. So I'm going to feed off my teammate. We're going to get together, and we're going to shock the world. I got a lot of confidence in my teammate, man. I got a lot of confidence in my teammate.
I'm a Halo veteran myself. I played professionally for about 14 years, winning the most Halo tournaments, most console tournaments of any player of all time, including Call of Duty players.
Wow. I'm just excited. I'm excited to feed off his energy and to really get this experience. My team was able to play in, my team is called No Cap, and we played in one tournament on Z League, quad tournament. We actually won it, our first tournament. So we're just getting started, but it's an honor to get on his team and to get shot up a million times by his brothers to see how good I am. We're in the lead. I like M4s because they light, and sometimes I use a MAC-10 too. I like the lighter handguns to run faster, but I keep a snipe on me.
You said you use the M4 a lot. The M4 is actually one of the main ARs being used right now. I might even use that. I know I've been using the Krig. That's the other AR that does get used.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're both AR players for the most part.
Exactly.
So communication is definitely going to be huge. It's going to be a lot of small talk for us, just because we won't have time to practice too much together. It's going to be a lot of like overhears and, you know, a couple to the right, a couple to the left. I guess the obvious one of who we should be looking to for sure take down would be Coach Atura's team. You know, he did compete professionally as of 2 years ago, but he hasn't been playing as much, you know, focusing on his coaching role.
Jarvis Landry, he from Louisiana. That's 5 hours from me. I want to see what this country boy got. I know he good on the field. I know he can catch, he fast and all that. And I know, you know, he been in the game work because he talk about it a lot. But I don't really think he got nothing. I don't think he got nothing. I bet not see him in deathmatch because I plan on knocking his nog off. I'm talking about serious. With the M4, one to the head, lay him down. Where's his teammate?
And we'll maybe we can get some games in even, because I played a decent amount right when the game came out, like last month.
Yeah, I don't take nothing but a second. You a gamer, bro. You a gamer.
I am a gamer.
We on the same page. We getting off to a good start, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
you never know. You never know. We might shock the world.
We're definitely going to be the underdogs. I'll put it that way.
I've been an underdog my whole life, so that's a good thing.
All right, Steven Jackson and Ogre 2. I'm loving the team chemistry I'm seeing already. Ogre 2, he's the gamer. He's sort of the one in charge. It seems like Steven Jackson, the ultimate teammate, the hype man, and the trash talker who does not want to see Jarvis Landry in the final rounds of this thing. Steven Jackson, what is your resume with COD? Tell me how often you play Call of Duty.
I'm about a good year in. You look at my record, I got a lot of wins. I don't play too much of the deathmatch and stuff like that, but I play this game a lot. Fell in love with it, got my own team. Shout out to my team, No Cap, and, you know, trying to get better. Ready to learn from these guys.
Ogre 2, how do you size up your competition here for Game 1 up against Devontae Smith, a really good NFL-bound talent, and, of course, another gamer in Bobby Poff?
I'm not too worried about any of the NFL guys, to be honest. But yeah, Bobby's going to be tough. I know he's a Warzone grinder, and honestly I don't play a whole lot of Call of Duty these days, so I do a lot of watching, and hopefully that translates well.
All right, we're brought to you by Pizza Hut. Ogre 2, what is your pizza order? Your absolute #1 pizza order. What toppings?
My #1 pizza order?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Pepperoni.
All right, it's a good answer. I'm just trying to loosen things up here. You guys are crushing
Basic.
it. I cannot wait for Game 1. Anthony and Jeremy, I'm throwing it back to you.
Welcome back, everyone. That was just a wonderful time watching that. I think Steven Jackson has the best trash talk out of everyone.
100%. The guy's just a veteran, man. He's been around for a long time, 14 seasons in the NBA. You have multiple teammates, you know, the team with Tim Duncan. He's going to teach you a little bit, but Steven Jackson, I just love that guy. He's so hilarious.
Dude, and Ogre too, man. Like, he was underselling how dominant he was in Halo. Like,
I know.
Legitimately a legend, probably, you know, top 3 esport gamer of all time. So, I mean, I'm just excited to watch him play. And he was saying that they're the definitive underdog.
I don't even know how.
But, like, the thing is, I haven't seen Ogre 2 play video games in forever. Like, so he's in management now, right? Like, he's an old man. This is what he would be considered a boomer in esports. So we'll see if he still has it. I mean, he's going up against Devontae Smith and Bobby Poff. So obviously Bobby Poff, he's a beast at Warzone, a pro Warzone creator, but he's not a pro Call of Duty player, right? So he's going to have a tough time in some of these matchups as well. So I think that they got a good matchup round number 1. If you had to lean to one side, which one are you picking?
I'm definitely going Orga too. 100%. The guy, he's been playing competitively for 14 plus years. He has the most championships on console out of any player, including Call of Duty. Remember, he came from Halo before. Now the guy, he sits there and he watches professionals play all day. His team in the Florida Mutineers scrim all the time. So he has to know what's going on. Compared to Bobby Poff, who plays a lot of Warzone, it's 2 totally different game modes. And I'm expecting Ogre 2 and Steven Jackson to walk away with this one.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what these guys are playing once again. So for those of you who are just joining us, they're going to be playing Control. And Study's going to break all that down for you guys.
They're playing Control. Instead of it being a best of 5, it's going to be a best of 3. Best of 3 with 25 lives, no respawn delay, 2v2, nonstop action, back and forth. First to 2 wins the map, wins the round.
So how do you think that's going to change? Like, because 2v2 Control, I don't think I've ever seen that before, right? So, like, there's only so much of the map that you can cover in a 2v2, right? So do you think you just play with each other, go to one site, or do you think you split and play the one-on-ones?
I think it's definitely going to be a little bit of splitting because, you know, they have to cap the A point, they have to cap B, and with only being 1:30 on the clock, you have to play quick. The thing is, you don't have a respawn delay, so every time you die, you're coming right back, trying to help your teammate. It's just all about who's going to be able to trade those kills. Hopefully, Ogre 2 is able to pull out a couple 2 pieces because Bobby's not going to be able to keep up. But I heard a lot of that XM4 talk. I'm excited to see that weapon.
One thing about Bob, though, you can't completely count him out because he did play a Cold War tournament last week, right? So he was cold coming into that, but now he's weathered the storm. He should be on point. But also, big shout out to Pizza Hut, our sponsor. The big game weekend is here, and we all know one thing. Nothing gets it going like friends, fun, and a few large pizzas. That's why Pizza Hut has teamed up with In the Know to deliver the Call of Duty rematch we've all been waiting for. The Florida Mutineers squaring off with pro athletes for the In the Know Bowl 2021. It's an esports tournament like none other. One thing's for sure, we'll be chowing down a large $10 tastemaker as we watch along with all the action. And with up to any 3 toppings included, it's a fully customizable loadout for your pizza. Order now for contactless delivery, carry-out, or curbside pickup on pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut. We're going to be saying that together all day long, guys. So, and also the pizza thing, that's true. I'm actually going to be eating pizza while we're watching these matches. But yeah, we have game 1 coming up in a second. Whenever these guys are ready, we'll be loading on in. It's Devonta Smith versus Steven Jackson. That's Bobby Poff versus Ogre 2. These guys facing off back-to-back. I want to see Devonta Smith play because I've never seen him play Call of Duty. He's an absolute beast of an athlete, and you saw him right there. He's got the gaming set up. He's ready to go. But he was sort of looking past them, right? Like, he said that he wanted to play Mark Ingram. So do you think him looking past his round 1 matchup could be a problem?
Yeah. If you got Ogre 2 on the opposite team, the guy's the most winning player ever. Like, this is a guy who's just been doing it his entire life. You're going up against a guy who has nonstop experience, does not crumble under pressure. He knows what it takes to win. And I'm expecting them to do that.
So I'm seeing right there on our game that they're going to be playing Garrison as map 1. So Garrison, obviously, on defense, it can be like pretty easy, and offense is super tough on that map, especially in a 2v2, because I feel like on the other control maps, like when you get to raid and checkmate, some of the map will be open. On Garrison, if you get a guy top green, realistically, he can just watch the entire map. So how do you see it playing out?
Oh, man. When I'm looking at this, I'm expecting Ogre 2 to just slay out, push up towards the proper positions, probably play towards the floating tank area. The spawns don't change. If you're on offense, you're going to be spawning towards that backside by that tank. If you're on defense, you're spawning all the way across the map on the opposite side. So if you're getting your kills on defense, you're basically going to be able to hold that half-way map and just continue to spawn kill them over and over again. And hopefully, Ogre 2 is able to dominate with that XM4 once again.
Yeah, I think we'll see some M4s, some 74Us, some Krigs. Man, it'll be interesting to see the weapon meta that some of these guys are using. I don't think that they'll be using pro loadouts.
No.
We heard Steven Jackson say he loves snipers. If I see a sniper in Control, I might just lose my mind. But hey, in a 2v2, anything's possible.
I could do it.
It could absolutely work.
I could snipe in Control. Promise.
If we were playing 2v2s versus these guys, I think we're catching them.
100%.
Yeah, our defending champion, also later on, we're going to be having Skies. He's playing with Mark Ingram. So I think if...
Big trust.
Yeah, big trust.
Woo woo.
If Steven Jackson, he said he wanted to, or that was Devontae Smith said he wanted to play. No, he said he wanted to play Mark Ingram.
Yeah.
If he plays that, that's going to be tough for them.
That's going to be.
He's got Skies.
Nonstop trash talk on both sides. I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, but he's got Skies as well. And Skies is just dominant, right? So
he's the king.
Looking over to some of these pro CDL players that we have here, it's all the Mutineers guys. But one player that I'm specifically going to be looking at today is going to be Neptune once again. He impressed me so much in the launch weekend for the CDL. He was just playing like a weathered professional, like a true veteran. And obviously he comes from Halo, so Ogre 2 had that vision where he's seen, how good Neptune can be in that game, bringing him over to Call of Duty. Like, how impressive was Neptune for you in that first week?
Watching him draw out the kickoff, beating Atlanta FaZe, which is a team that we consider a top dog throughout the entire CDL. Yeah, he was on point. He's especially filling in for a player like Havoc, who won 3 home series last year. They were on a winning spree, and now, unfortunately, he lost his spot to Neptune. And Neptune, he's just filling in the spot when he needs to, stepping up as that submachine gun player and doing what he needs to for the team, and it's definitely showing so far. Beating Atlanta FaZe is not an easy task at hand, but he got it done.
And like the pressure, right? Because obviously when you get just put onto a pro team without playing through challengers, like there's going to be a target on your back, and a lot of people talking about him. But like it seemed that he was just ready to step up to the plate immediately. Like first match of launch weekend in your debut, you play FaZe, and you go in there and you win that match, and you play at the level that he did. It was just impressive all around. So now he, sort of some of that excitement he got from that first match, he gets to lay back a little bit and chill out, and maybe carry Jarvis Landry here to a dub, right? Moving down the list, let's look at some of our other teams. We got Sebastian Joseph Day. He's tackle on the Rams, playing with the coach in Atura.
Atura.
And that's tough, huh?
Yeah, he said, you heard Slack during that interview. Slack said, there's a reason why he's a coach. He's no longer professional, so I don't really expect much out of Arturo when you're talking about the Call of Duty professionals.
You never know, though, because like we have like a group chat where we have like Boomer 8s, which is basically like retired pro Call of Duty players playing 8s. And some of the coaches, they go hard, man. Arturo's not in that chat. We should probably add him, but some of the coaches, they play 8s every night, which is basically just custom games practicing. So I wouldn't be surprised if Arturo is just dominating, dude, coming in, just playing well.
Without a doubt, man, especially if you're watching the players on your team. You have Skies, you have Awakening. These guys are absolute beasts. Then you add Slack, then you have Neptune. All you're doing is just spectating great gameplay. So you have to have learned something. And him being the coach, he definitely deserves that position. And I'm excited to see him play.
As like you were a coach before for a team. So as like, the coach-player relationship type deal, when you guys are like going over stuff, it gets heated sometimes, right? Like you argue with the players. So this is going to be a great opportunity for a tour to get some bragging rights over some of these guys 100%. And like beat them down and win. And, looking at his matchup, like it's just going to be exciting to see if he's actually able to beat one of his players that he's going up against. And that's going to rely on like the pro athletes, right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
How they perform. So we'll see if Sebastian Joseph Day can step up to the plate. Another team that I think is probably going to be the second front runner after Sky's team is Justin Jefferson and Slacked.
I like that team.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson, he plays a lot of Warzone. I played with him a few times. He's pretty solid. I think that team is going to have what it takes to do pretty well in this thing. But it looks like our match is loading on up. Garrison Control. We got Devontae Smith and Bobby Paul for Steven Jackson and Ogre 2. Let's get into it, Jay.
Okay, so we're going to hop on board here with Ogre 2 right off the rip. We're looking like we're going to be switching to Bobby Paul. We're having some technical difficulties right off the rip.
Yeah, but we got the in-game comms, so whatever these guys are saying, we'll be able to hear it in live.
They're going to have to end it.
So it looks like they don't have their classes set up, so we'll get a reset in here for you guys here in a minute. Anyways, I've been loving the M4 lately. That's been my weapon of choice. What about you, Jeff?
My favorite weapon definitely is the Krig. That weapon is a do-it-all kind of weapon. You can get long-distance headshots, close-range hip fires. That gun is a do-it-all kind of weapon, and that's my favorite weapon.
Yeah, the Krig is pretty good, honestly. But like with the M4, it's like you can just gun the Krig from long range, but you have to be like positioned well, right? Because you feel really slow when you're running the M4 sometimes, right? So I don't know. It's just a balance in what you prefer, but we're headed back into the game, and these guys are officially underway.
I don't even know if they're...
Okay. So on board here with Bobby.
Yeah, it looks like they're sitting in spawn, not playing right now, trying to figure out their class situation going on. But Bob was like pushed up. He's like, I'm top green. Like, what's going on, dude? He's still just looking for them right now. He can't find them. They're just sitting in the spawn. Oh, this is going to be hilarious, man. I can't wait to see these guys actually start going.
Bobby's just running right through their spawn. He's going to be able to see a couple players, but the match is going to get ended. So some technical difficulties did come in, but that's fine. We'll get right back into it.
Oh, so I'm getting word in my ear that there was just a Call of Duty update. All right, so we'll get that figured out. It's probably just like one of those like quick patches where you just have the main menu and come back. So we'll get the lobby going up here in a minute. But there's been some exciting Call of Duty news lately. Like we have ranked play coming out on February 8th, and for all of you guys who are a little bit more competitive in your gameplay, ranked play is where it's at, right? Like that's what you want to play. Try to achieve that top rank, play against people your skill level. So I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that, man. You're talking about, remember, I was a professional player. We both were. So, like, when we have that chance to play at the level that we used to play, especially against players who play currently in the CDL, it's a blast, man. We look forward to those when we join up into those league matches, and hopefully I'm going to be shooting for the top rank every single day. I'm going to be grinding it. Hopefully you are too. But if you meet me 100%. On the battlefield, you're going down. Bro.
What do you mean? We're going to be teaming in that. What are you talking about? You throw your own StudFam 8s like every day on your own personal stream, which is a great time. Check him out. It's Studdy all the time. He's doing that for the community, and it's basically rank play on his own time. So he's been grinding. So I'm going to be squadding up with this guy, and he's going to be carrying me to victory. And that's just going to be awesome, right? So it's I think rank play, you match up with like 50 people, and then you try to achieve like the top of those 50, and so on and so forth. So it'll be interesting how it plays out. We had that in the history before, and it was solid. So I hope they improve upon it, and it's just a good time. And CDL obviously launching right around the corner, so that's going to be fun as well. And CDL finally begins this week, man.
Yeah, this week, the 11th is the start date, man. Unbelievable.
You're going to be casting some of those matches again.
Fast. It's so fast. It just all went. It came so fast, man. But we're into this game. Pretty sure it's about to kick off for us.
Yeah, if you guys could see it out there, it's right up there. So we'll expand it for you guys here in a moment. But yeah, the game looks like it's about to finally kick off. Are they running Fist?
There's no way. Ogre 2 is not that confident. I know you have a lot of championships, but running around with Fist, Bobby Poff will be hitting you with the gun.
What did Steven Jackson say his team name was? No Cap?
No Cap.
I love that. Dude, I actually saw he's been like streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
That was Warzone, though, that I watched him play. So a lot of these NFL athletes, I haven't seen them play Cold War yet, and they're just finally starting to dabble into it. So has there been any like pro athlete that's really impressed you with their Call of Duty skill?
I think it has to be Jarvis Landry. Okay. Like, I've got to watch Jarvis Landry play a lot of Warzone.
Oh, really?
Whenever he gets all the free time. He played in multiple different tournaments, and the guy always held his own. And that's something you don't expect when you're playing with professionals at the game. Yeah. So when the guy's able to step up to the plate, if you're a professional player and you look at Jarvis, he has 10, you have 12. You're like, all right, you're doing unbelievable. I'm not up to my par. I'm dropping 10. I'm dropping 12. You're dropping 10. Yeah. We're basically on the same level here. So Jarvis Landry is going to be that athlete for me to watch today.
When it comes to the NFL, I mean, we have some running backs and some defense players too here, like Mark Ingram and obviously Sebastian Joseph Day. But it seems like the wide receivers are always the guys that are playing COD, right? Yeah. Like, this is a wide receiver heavy tournament we have here. And then whenever we have those Warzone tournaments, like the wide receivers always love it. I don't know, like, what that is. Maybe it's just sort of like some inside thing around the NFL. Just the WRs just love COD, man. So I'm excited to watch them play, though, man. Like Justin Jefferson, especially his season this year in the NFL.
Unbelievable, man.
Crying, bro.
More receiving yards than Randy Moss in his rookie year. That's insane, man.
I didn't even know that.
I think Randy Moss is the god wide receiver.
Yeah.
And if you came in and broke his record your rookie year and also made the Pro Bowl your first year, you're going to have a phenomenal career.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, he was catching some bombs. I lost some fantasy games to him. But guess what? I did win my fantasy league. And
I didn't.
You know why? Well, Alvin Kamara. But also Jarvis Landry was on my team. And he had some pretty big weeks to win that league. That was versus like Pac-Man and those guys. They got smoked.
I had Mark Ingram, but unfortunately J.K. Dobbins and Edwards, they were all just splitting the ball. It was impossible to ever start Mark Ingram. It's all good.
We'll see if he's dominating in the game here. But our match one is finally underway, guys. The technical difficulties have been solved. The game update is in place, and these guys are good to go. So Garrison.
Hey, so we're going to hop on board here with Steven Jackson. He's going to get taken down. Ogre 2, last player alive, using an AK-74U, trying to be that aggressive sub player. Trying to take control of the top green, has a couple shots into one player, able to take down Devontae.
Dude, I love that Bob is standing up.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Also, guys, like, Bob could have been a NFL wide receiver in another life. He's like 6'8", dude. Like, guy's an absolute beast. Or a basketball player, one or the other. It's just wild that he's standing up and playing, dude. He's got his camera, like, probably on the monitor, and it's still just, like, hitting his chest.
Well, I can just tell you right there, watching Steven Jackson use that gun, he had a different kind of sight that I've never seen before, and unfortunately got turned on by Bobby Poff. He's going to go down. It's going to be 24-26. Both players on the red team, which is Bobby Poff and Devontae Smith, are trying to hold down this B point. Time is ticking. 30 seconds remaining. Over 2.
So we got the AK up, man. I love the AK. Our pro players are out there not to use that, but we have these guys running. It's nice to see that in action. Ogre 2, actually, he was talking about using ARs like the M4, but he has 74U out. So sort of a speed demon here. 3 and 1. He's going to need Bob to turn up. If you're Devontae Smith, you're like, hey, what's my pro doing? Turn up for me. Help me get control. And Ogre 2's just here, sitting on top of A. This is the harder zone to capture as well. So I don't believe he got that tick, actually. Did he complete that tick?
Yeah, I think he definitely completed the tick. With 19 seconds remaining, it's going to be a one-on-one between Devontae and Steven. Can he win it? Steven Jackson's going to go down. He's going to be 0-4. Devontae trying to decap onto that A point. But Ogre 2 is trying to get some ticks over at B. Bobby Puff trying to play spoiler, but he's going to get taken down.
Yeah, and you can see sort of like what their strategy is, like what they're communicating like is just like, I'm going to hold A, you just worry about B. So they're just splitting up right now. You got Bobby Puff wrapping back around trying to make a play, but you see Steve going to get cut down. Ogre 2 going to pick up that trade, and it looks like Ogre 2 is going to get that progression. That's 2 points on it, 1 point left. He's got a one-on-one here right now. He's going to take out Devontae Smith, and that should be the B zone captured, right? Bobby Puff has a couple seconds to make a last-ditch effort, but will he get the kill? And Ogre 2 going to take him out. That is a B-point capture. Now all they got to do is get A. They're going to extend that clock and buy themselves some more time.
Beautiful team shots out of Steven Jackson and Ogre 2 right there. Ogre 2, 8-2. The guy was a Halo Pro on a 5 spree, just slaying out when he needs to. Bobby's going to need to match his energy. 5-4 from Mr. Bobby. Compared to Ogre 2, 9-2 is not what you need. They're about to hit 2 ticks onto A. We thought this round was going to go in towards the defensive team. Bobby Puff's going to be the last one. Ogre 2's going to be chasing him down. It's going to be 2 ticks on A. All I need is a couple more seconds, and they'll be able to walk away with this offense.
And a huge play out of Ogre 2. So Steven Jackson gets cut down, and then Ogre 2 trades out both kills. He leaves the hill to get those kills, gets both wins, and Steven Jackson actually shoots Ogre 2 in the back. A sliver away from winning the round, and he's going to win the big gun fight and secure round number 1. And remember, this is a best of 3, so that is a huge offensive round, Jay.
Ogre 2 just killed everyone on that round by himself. He capped both points. Steven Jackson was there for support. He was probably giving a little bit of communication, decided to pepper Ogre 2 with a couple shots in his back to try to make it harder for him because the guy was frying. That's exactly what they're able to do, man. Walking away with that first offense is huge, man, because offense on Garrison is a really difficult task to win.
I gotta say, Steven Jackson, not impressed. Ogre 2 had to do it all. You gotta take some pressure off his back. Gonna have to turn up. And you see Devontae Smith 2-7, having a slow start, but maybe he can turn it around. He's got the Krig in hand. I think that's the Cherry Blossom camo.
That is Cherry Blossom.
Good camo.
Love that. The classic camo back from Black Ops 2 days.
Yeah.
Must know his history. Devontae Smith, he's going to go down, but Bobby with that AK-70 for you, trying to put some aggression on towards his B point. Players are going to be coming off spawn. Bobby does have all the info that he needs.
I heard them communicating for a second, but I think they're just silent. I'm trying to turn up my sound so I can hear what they're saying.
Let's fucking go!
There we go. Perfect timing, and Bob's going to get hyped. The trade comes in, and Steven Jackson taken out, and we're seeing some progression at B. So some life being shown on Devontae Smith's side of things. Steven Jackson has turned on his monitor and finally gets a kill. There we go.
Looks like 2 ticks are going to come in at B, but Ogre 2 with a great flank, able to take them both down. Now we're finally going to hit under a minute. They have to gain this point to gain an extra minute on the clock for them to fight towards that A point. Ogre 2's in a great position, sitting at bottom rails, able to take down one in Devontae. Oh, actually stopped shooting at one, but able to take down Bobby. Knows what the other players is going to be sitting in dark, and that's going to be another 2-piece for Ogre 2. Both players have to come off spawn with 40 seconds remaining. They have to eventually get some kills and try to get towards this B point.
Both coming left side again.
1-10 right now. It's trying to bring it back, and on the other side of things, you got Devontae Smith's squad trying to even out the odds. Ogre 2 hitting him with a big flank, but he's not able to clean up either kill. He's going to get turned on by Bob in a huge win, and now Steven Jackson trying to do some damage and lining up his shots, only going to tag him up a little bit. You hear him screaming there, but here comes the progression. 18 seconds left. They're going to hop on that point to stop that time. This should be super close to capturing this. There goes the win that they need, and now all they need is A.
That was such a huge cap out of Bobby Puff and Devontae. Unfortunately, right there, Steven, he was able to pick up one. Unfortunately, lost that gunfight to Bobby, so they eventually closed out that B point. Now it's all about trying to get control of A. Both players are going to be here. Double cap is going to be in. Players are going to be coming off spawn. Ogre 2 trying to work around that back alley.
So now we're hearing the communication going, right? Like Bob got hyped. You know, they captured a point. They're getting excited. They're moving over to the next one. Bob is communicating and telling his teammate what he needs to do. This is the momentum that you want out of Bob and Devontae Smith. Is the trade going to come in? It does. Bob picks up a massive kill. And now it's going to be on Steven Jackson. He's going to have to win a one-on-one here, or at least back him down. He's actually going to get cut down in Ogre 2. A couple seconds in a dream. Will he be able to get into the point? And there goes the team fire from Devontae Smith and Bobby Puff to secure round number 2. It's even in an offensive battle. These guys are taking offenses, Jay.
Oh, my God. I cannot believe it. Bobby Paul turning up on offense. Ogre 2 turning up on offense. But you saw the big plays out of Devontae. Steven was trying to get every two-piece that he could. Unfortunately, he was getting gunned down by Bobby. But Ogre 2 just trying to keep it alive. I'm pretty sure he almost broke 20 kills single-handedly by himself. They're going into a round number 3. I wonder which team is going to be going on offense here because so far it's looking like offense heavy on this map.
All right, so we need a little bit more out of our athletes here. I think they're just getting warmed up, getting acclimated, but we're seeing them get better as the map plays out. So round number 3, we got Devontae Smith's team on defense. So they have secured, or excuse me, on offense is going to be Ogre 2 squad, yes. So we'll see if they're able to hold it down. Devontae Smith is trying to hold down this B side. This is such a tough spot to be in because the nades and stuns just come in. Bob going to get taken out. We're going to see an A push off the rip here. They're immediately losing A. Will Devontae Smith be able to come in with the flank? He's going to get right over Steven Jackson's head. And he's trying to get the kill into Ogre 2. And there comes the trade. So worked out in their favor.
The only thing is that that's going to kill a lot of time. You decide to commit towards A. Fortunately, you don't complete that tick, so all your progression is going to get taken back down. You see Steven Jackson trying to turn that corner, crouching around it, but Bobby's just going to sit there and pre-fire a little bit. Steven Jackson, 3-14. Ogre 2, 23-10. Now they have a control of B. They know exactly where Bobby Poff is. This needs to be traded, but Ogre 2 is able to just take him down by himself. 24-10 for the legend. Single-handedly winning his team the game. Steven Jackson, he's going to have to step up if they want to go into the later rounds because right now, 3-14, 4-17 out of professional NFL players and basketball players.
We're doing the thing,
though. What you want to do.
They're having a lot of fun right now, right? Like they're out of their element a little bit, but they're still doing their thing. And we're seeing right now just a back and forth battle. Trades coming in left and right. It's just sort of Bob versus Ogre 2 at the moment. Bob going to decap B. 39 seconds left. Bob's team still has a great opportunity to take this one. Ogre 2 going to come in, and Bob hits him with that drop shot. That's that mouse and keyboard movement right there. You're just able to hit the deck super fast. And Bob, man, he's holding the line right now. There goes a couple more shots down. Going to take him out. And now it's just going to be Ogre 2, and unfortunately he drops as well. Jay, I don't think there's going to be enough time.
No, Bobby Poff on a 5-kill spree, just slaying him off this B point. 15 seconds remaining. Ogre 2 and Steven Jackson have to sprint towards B. Try to stop this time from going all the way down to the end.
Oh, that was it.
But Bobby able to pick up both kills. Both players are going to be coming off spawn. Oof, good game.
Yeah, man, that was a good game indeed. And you could see sort of like how these guys adapt as the game goes on and the changes that they make. And it really just came down to finally winning.
Yeah.
You lost your first defense. You got to take one eventually. And there goes the 2-1 victory for Bobby Poff and Devontae Smith. That was an incredible game.
Yeah, we were talking about Ogre 2. He was single-handedly destroying in that very first round. And then Bobby Poff came alive in the very next 2 rounds, single-handedly holding it down right there with a 5-6 kill spree to close out that game and win that defense. It was huge.
First to 2?
Yep.
We might have lost.
Wait, is it over?
Yes, 2 out of 3.
Oh, that was it. Never mind.
Darn.
Holy shit.
I love hearing the comments, man. I just want to hear what they have to say.
So Ogre 2 was talking about the underdog story. Ogre 2.
Yeah, it's tough.
Watch a lot of professional Call of Duty. Cannot believe that.
I want to hear Bob's hype. Hold on.
Are we playing like best of 3?
I never used this gun until like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Well, they're just talking about the game a little bit and a little bit shocked at how quick it went, right? Like, because, you know, you got to get to that point to stop the time.
Yeah.
And there was a few times where they just lost the gunfight right before they could hop on that point. But, you know, that was a pretty close game. We're down to round number 3. You can see our highlight package right here. Steven Jackson got handled in that gunfight, man.
That gunfight right there. I promise you, if that was a basketball in his hand, he's catching that.
100%. Hey, man, shout out to Ogre 2, dude. Guy's an absolute legend. One of the best esport players of all time. Coming in hot, dominating round number 1. And throughout, he really never cooled down. It was just Bob just got that energy. You heard him go, let's go. And he just got hyped and started dominating, taking over the game and secured that last defense.
When Bobby starts drop shotting, that's how you know he's feeling really confident. Drop shotting is something that's really difficult in this game. And if you're able to execute that, such an old school Call of Duty move, he was able to show it and win his team this map right here. Able to move on to the next round.
Yeah, it was a great way to start our tournament here on Garrison. I'm excited to see them play sort of some of the bigger maps. We see them play Raid and maybe see those M4s and Krigs come out. We saw Devontae Smith use the Krig. wasn't working out too well. I think, if you put him on like a checkmate or a raid, it might play out a little bit better. But, first impressions, who's really impressing you thus far?
So far out of the athletes, I'm going to go Devontae Smith. Even though it's the only game that we saw, he was running a Krig. Steven Jackson was running an AK.
Yeah.
I've never seen an AK, It's the first time I've ever seen that weapon, but he was definitely holding his own. Bobby stepped up when he needed to, and I'm excited to see them in the next round.
Yeah, in a bit, we're going to hear Kay Adams talk to some of the other guys and intro some of our next matchups. Next up, we have Justin Jefferson and Slack versus Sebastian Joseph Day and Atura. That's going to be a great matchup. Any predictions for that one?
I think I'm going to definitely go Slack and Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
100%. Slack, I competed against him throughout my entire pro Call of Duty career. And every time I played against him, it was always him that always stopped me from winning a championship. So
yeah, me too.
I just have so much faith in that guy. Yeah. And I'm expecting him to come out on top.
Well, I won some championships, but later in my career, when we were teaming, it was so tough to go up against his squad. He's just an absolute beast and, deserves that credit. So once again, I think that's enough for me and you.
Yeah.
Going on about the game.
Yeah.
We have the lovely Kay Adams to introduce our next matchups. Let's hear what they had to say in the interviews. And let's hear what she has to talk about our next games.
Should I mute my Discord mic when I do that?
All right, we have our first winners of the night, of course, from game one. Bobby Pop, who has lots of fans in the chat in our community here. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can hit it up, and I can ask the players and the gamers and the pros. So let me know what you guys want to ask. But I'll ask you, Bobby, how does it feel? And honestly, first let's give some love. We love the trash talk, but how good was Ogre 2 out there carrying his squad?
Can you hear me on this time? Can you hear me this time?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can, Bob.
Bobby, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Okay. It was.
I wanted you to.
Good.
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry, Ogre 2. I know he's a former Halo pro. He's nasty, but I just got a good teammate. Me and Devontae, just first time playing, but we got some good chemistry, and we were able to just get the dub. We're gonna just keep it rolling.
Yeah, they're saying the chat can hear Bobby. You've got lots of new fans following you, of course. Devontae, how did you feel? Do you feel like you're more comfortable now?
Yeah, we just had to get the strategy right. We had to build a game plan the second go around, so I feel like that's what held it out.
Brian Scopes is saying, LFG, Bobby! Devontae, I want to know who you want, and I want you to hear you say Henry Ruggs III. Am I wrong?
Say it again, you cut out.
I said I want to know who you want in this competition. Who do you want next? Henry Ruggs III, maybe?
Yeah, I play with him every day, so just to go against him, he always be talking like he the best, so.
I'd love to hear that. I was talking to Jalen Hurts the other day, and he couldn't decide who he'd want to throw to more, you or him. So I'd love to see you two face off here in the No Bowl. All right, guys. Jeremy, Anthony, back to you.
Well, that was definitely a great, post-game interview, hearing sort of what those guys had to say there. And, I'm excited to see if they can make a run here, right? So, like, one of the only teams that doesn't have a pro CDL player here and making a statement in round one, beating out Ogre 2, one of the best gamers, really, of all time. But moving on, like I said, we have Justin Jefferson and Slack going up against Sebastian Joseph Day and Atura, the coach game. And, coming from somebody who used to be a coach, like, how exciting is it to play against, one of your players?
Man, playing against one of your players, it can be a good thing or a bad thing because you can absolutely get destroyed or you can play well. And that can be scary because if you're losing to your player, he's always going to talk to you and always talk smack about it.
Yeah.
Like Slack, he's definitely the type of person like, you remember when I played you? Slaughter, brother. Slaughter. So Arturo, I'm expecting him to step up big, to show why he deserves to be the coach. Standing with Slack, it will provide me with a lot of confidence if I see him to be able to just stand toe-to-toe with that player because he's a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal coach. I'm excited to see he was able to come out on top.
Yeah. And, we're here to celebrate Call of Duty, just to celebrate Cold War in general, but also the Super Bowl, right? Like, the Super Bowl is right around the corner. I'm hyped for that, dude.
Me too.
Who do you think's taking the Super Bowl?
Oh, come on, bro. Brady.
Really? You really think so?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
I don't think it's the pass the torch game.
I think it is the pass the torch game.
I don't think so.
How old is Brady?
43, 42. He's something. He's up there. Six rings.
Yeah. 6 rings. Yeesh, man.
I put him on GOAT status with Braun. Same thing.
Mahomes is taking the dub, dude.
All right, we're going to see.
I saw this, what was it, the speech this morning from Kelsey after they won last year, and he was so hyped.
Yeah.
Absolute animal, bro.
He's a beast.
It's like, seeing that, I was like, there's just no way that guy loses this. Like, he's coming out, he's dropping, 2-3 touchdowns. They're catching this dub.
It's just scary whenever you think about Kansas City, man. They got top 3 weapons. They got Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes. Like, that is unbelievable. But on the opposite side, you got Tom Brady. That's all you really need to say. He's got a great receiving core, and I'm just excited. I can't wait for that game. I can't wait to see.
If he obviously he's the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
In a lot of people's minds, if he wins this Super Bowl, it's just absolutely undisputed, right? Yeah. Because there was sort of that thing over Tom Brady. It was like Bill Belichick's such a good coach, and people used to take a little bit of credit away from him, just a little bit. But now, I mean, there's just nothing you could say wrong about the guy. He's just a unit at this age, just going off. And, it's just exciting, man. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We got Cold War and the CDL season right around the corner. Rank play coming out. It's exciting times of the year. It might be a lot of snow outside, but nothing short of things to do. I'm excited for rank play to drop. I'm going to be grinding that when it comes out in the next week, right after the CDL starts. And I'm trying to get that top rank nearly instantly. I don't know how long it takes, but I'm going to get that top rank.
I know. I just hope that we get to play against all the CDL pros this year. That'll be good because, us as casters who work the production side, if we beat them, we can talk smack too. Right, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Dude, if I beat any of the pros, I'm instantly DMing.
Yeah. Wow, you're horrible. I should literally take your spot.
What's going on? Yeah, I mean, we've been playing against them at times this year. We've had a few of those tournaments when the year started, and man, some of these new talents, they're just on an entirely new level.
It's insane, man. With all these new players that are coming in, especially from the challengers, just trying to make a name for themselves. Players just getting pulled up to the pro rankings, just trying to be that player and not just crumble in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of pressure, especially if you're just getting called up randomly just to fill in a spot on a professional team of a player who you probably were watching for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these players nowadays are able to adapt to that, and they're able to just handle themselves professionally. And a player like Neptune walked in last week during the kickoff, beat Atlanta FaZe 3-2. The composure out of that kid was on a high note, man, and I cannot wait to see how he plays throughout the rest of the year.
And you got to think now with the Call of Duty's been around forever. Right?
Yeah,
there's been pro Call of Duty for almost a decade now. It feels like when we were playing way back in the day, and when we were 18 and stuff, things weren't as professional as they were now. So now that you have such a good team around you and managing things able to just bring you to that next level. So these guys that are coming into the league, these rookies, they have this the staff supporting them, the faculties and everything to push them to the next level. So that's why we're seeing that level of play increase year over year.
Yeah.
And I was just stunned, honestly, when I saw Neptune. And, even a couple years back, when Simp burst onto the scene, Abizi and some of these guys, soon it'll just be teams full of those guys. It's just wild how exciting things are becoming. And in Cold War, we know how rewarding it is to play intelligent, but also have a good shot, right? Yeah. So this is going to be sort of a challenge for some of the newer guys to learn how to play a little bit slower at times and form that strategy. Talk to me a little bit about that in a slower pace scout.
The first team I think about that is just slower pace scout. I'm thinking about the subliners. They have an entire new roster. They got Diamond Con, they got Asim, they got Mac, and then they got Clayster. So obviously Clayster picking up Diamond Con, who just came from their academy team. He's not going to really have all the knowledge that he's going to have towards the end of the year. Clayster, 3-time world champion. He's going to be able to teach these guys everything they need to know about the game when the time comes, especially towards champs time. So I'm excited to see a team that's going to be just starting off slow, able to burst out towards the end of the year and just make a name for themselves. And that's how I feel like the subliners will be.
Yeah, I think the subliners probably the biggest question mark going into the CDL season. But, when the CDL officially starts, we'll hit harder some of these, analysis segments. But I got a funny question for you, actually. So having seen a lot of athletes play across the NBA, MLB, UFC fighters, NFL, all those types of things, if there was one athlete you had to pick that could possibly one day with a lot of grind play Call of Duty at a competitive level, at a high competitive level, who are you picking as your best bet?
LeBron James.
No.
Without a doubt. I'm picking the GOAT. I'm picking LeBron. No, there's nothing that guy can't do that he's not the best at.
His hand holding a controller, there's absolutely
Imagine
no
Kawhi holding a controller. He could probably play with one hand.
Yeah, no.
That's insane.
So, all right. So, let's NFL player.
Okay, NFL player, Dak Prescott.
You're just picking your favorite athletes.
I'm a Cowboys fan. What do you want? I would want to play with Dak Prescott.
That truly is awful that you're a Cowboys fan. How was Cancun?
Oh, man. How's Cancun for the Bears?
Hey, dude, listen. No, we just need a QB.
Think so? That's what you need? All right.
We do, dude. Hold on. The Bears are better than Cowboys. That's undisputed.
All right, dude, let's not even get into that, all right? Let's not get into it. We'll just see next season.
All right, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so after game 2, which we're going to figure out here in a bit, we'll get that going for you guys. We have Jarvis Landry and Neptune, the two guys we were excited for on the pro Call of Duty side of things and the athlete side of things, and then also Chase Claypool and Havoc. So this is a juicy matchup for a few reasons. Yeah. So we have what happened in the NFL where Claypool had that video where he was sort of talking trash, and then Jarvis Landry and the Browns beat the Steelers. Yep. So there's that rivalry there. We heard Jarvis Landry say, like, that's who he wanted to play. Well, then we also have Neptune and Havoc, right? And what happened with that situation?
Neptune took his spot. He moved Havoc down to the
I mean, they put Neptune in the spot. I mean, that's a phrasing we could use.
Take a spot.
So, I mean, if you're Havoc, I don't know. It doesn't matter how lighthearted it is. Like, you're coming in for blood, right?
100%. 100%. You're showing why you took my spot, but I'm the big dog here. So I'm expecting Havoc to come out, just try to slay, especially with that AK-74U.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because Havoc he's been developing year after year. He's been getting so good. Yes. So I'm expecting to see him on a starting position at some point on a team. But yeah, it's going to be exciting for that matchup for sure. Moving on after that, we have Mark Ingram and Skies versus Henry Ruggs III and Awakening. Oof. What do you think about that matchup?
That one's going to be funky. I'm looking at Mark Ingram, big trust. The guy plays a lot of Call of Duty, what his fellow NFL players have said.
Said he's a great trash talker.
He said he's a great trash talker. I'm a great trash talker, so if he's a great trash talker, he's got to be good at Call of Duty. That's one of the main keys. To be good at Call of Duty, you got to be good at trash talking.
Yeah, and then Henry Ruggs, he didn't, in the video we had in the trash talk video, he was like the one guy who didn't talk too much trash. But then also Awakening, and we all know, nickname Big Wake.
Big Wake.
How good he is.
Yeah, man. He just bursted on the scene last year, won 3 straight championships, and that's insane out of a player who just came up to the CDL Pro list.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane, man. You just join and immediately make that impact for your roster to win 3 consecutive championships. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting when that'll round out our first round of matches, and we'll get to those very shortly. But also, we have a great sponsor here. It's Pizza Hut. The ITK Bowl 2021 is delivered by Pizza Hut. Order a $10 Tastemaker pizza made with up to 3 of your favorite toppings. It's like a cheat code for your cravings. Head to pizzahut.com for contactless delivery. Nobody wants COVID, so you can get carry-out or curbside pickup. No one out-pizzas the Hut. They got a great slogan.
Yeah, no one out-pizzas the Hut, man. What's your top 3 pizza toppings? I'm going pepperoni, bacon, and chicken. I'm good.
Wait, on one pizza?
Yeah. The meat lover.
Whoa.
The meat lover.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's too much pizza for me. I'm doing like mushrooms, green peppers, and, probably pepperoni.
Okay, I thought you were about to say pineapple. I would have walked off the stage.
No.
If you would have said pineapple, I would have.
Well, I will say, though, I do like pineapple on pizza. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it.
I like it in a fruit cup.
You don't like sweet and savory type foods?
Yeah, I do. But, that's why you have, a pizza with pepperoni and a nice orange soda.
You know what I think? I know there's a lot of people in chat who probably like this, but bacon ranch pizzas.
I love that.
Really?
Yeah, bacon ranch. That's the best thing.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the best thing.
Oh, well, all right. You know what? We also have Kay Adams. She's ready to interview some of our other competitors. But also, Kay, let me know, what type of pizza do you like?
Ooh, pepperoni and mushroom are my favorite. Our producers, Nick Brown, told me he's actually sending me a Pizza Hut pizza tonight here in New York, so I'm excited about that. But I'm more excited to keep this going with who I think is the offensive rookie of the year, Justin Jefferson, hopefully gritting his way to a championship here tonight. And he is teamed up with Slacked. And I'm going to ask you, Justin Jefferson, I got to tell you, buddy, I talked to your coach this morning, Mike Zim, and I said, this kid loves gaming. He says he loves 2 things, football and games. So how much time do you spend gaming? I know it's what you were doing last night.
I mean, since, I don't have any football and I'm kind of on vacation right now, that's the only thing I've really been doing. Can't really go outside, this corona stuff is still going around. So that's the time that I've been putting towards, is just playing the video game and just, taking my mind off, football.
Okay. All right, Justin, I'm having a hard time hearing you, but I'm going to keep asking you questions. Tell me what your playing style is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go for it.
Got you. Go ahead, Justin. Okay, there we go.
Thanks, Justin.
My playing style is, you talking about in real life or are you talking about video games?
Video games.
Aggressive. I like to attack, I like to get in those hard battles and, those dirty battles. So I'm definitely aggressive.
Slacked, what's the game plan here with you and Justin Jefferson today?
Honestly, I'm feeling like letting him shine. I think we're going to let him take the highlight here. We're going to make it competitive, but it'll be nice and easy. We're playing our coach. Can't be too hard.
I love it. All right, so earlier this week, I got to know a little bit about the two of you, the chemistry leading up to this game. Take a look, everybody.
I'm Justin Jefferson with the Minnesota Vikings, receiver.
I'm Josiah Slackberry with the Florida Mutineers. We're here in the No Bowl tournament, and we're going to take this dub. Nobody stands a chance against us. I'm kind of like the in-game leader, so I kind of tell the squad like what to do, what our goal is, and what we need to accomplish while we're playing. Make sure we're maintaining that goal, and that's to win.
There's two. Looney's holding the back door, one's top control.
Football and Call of Duty definitely relate. A lot of communication, just seeing the different opportunities that we have. To be honest, I like to explore. I be doing my little research, you know. I be looking at little YouTube videos, trying to see the good guns to use. Just trying to find that one gun that really set it off.
There's only like 3 guns honestly ran right now. Everyone in multiplayer uses like the most overpowered weapon. Like people use the AK-74U, the XM4, and the Krig. Those are like the only 3 guns really ran in competitive.
I'm an aggressive player, so I like to push. I like to be, in a mix with everything. So I'm definitely a pusher. I feel like I'm a whole different person in video games. Once I get on the sticks, I go crazy. So definitely a lot of join, definitely a lot of trash talking, definitely.
I've never heard of Justin Jefferson playing a game. I've never seen nothing about it, so I'll pick him for the first one.
Come on now. He can talk all the trash, he can say this and that, but once we get on them sticks, it's a whole different story.
Because Ricky was talking trash, not sure why. He's clearly the coach for a reason. We'll play with him sometimes after scrims and stuff when we're done practicing, and he'll be thrown into the pit with us, and he's always complaining, making some excuse up. But, the players, I'm not really worried about any of them. I've been around doing this longer than them. I'm a veteran in the scene. Got more championships than all my teammates, and I'm about to add another one after we're done with this.
Yeah, talk that.
I know Justin's got it. We'll be straight. I can tell he's definitely got that swagger to him in football, so he'll bring it to Call of Duty.
Man, I'm pretty confident in my team, so we just gonna do what we gotta do. Listen to the leader. We about to get it turned. We about to get it cracking, and we gonna turn up for the one time.
All right, that's Justin Jefferson and Slack. They are taking on Team Bash. Sebastian Joseph Day, of course, of the LA Rams, and Atura. Sebastian, you stick out among these NFL players because you're the only defensive player in the thing. How is that an advantage for you in this competition?
Listen, I don't need to talk no smack. I'm here. I got the head coach with me. You know what I'm saying? We about to skirt, pull up. What's up, everybody? Sebastian Joseph Day, defensive lineman for the LA Rams.
Hey, everyone. This is Ricky Lugo, and I'm the professional coach for the Florida Mutineers. And just know I'm as good as all my players. What's going on? I would just play a lot as a kid, man. Like growing up, like Modern Warfare 2, all those games, I just grew up playing them nonstop all day. Yeah. And then eventually, like someone I knew, like in a public lobby, was like, "Yo, man, you're really good. You should try competitive." I was like, "All right." Obviously, I didn't make it as a professional player. Like I was a semi-professional player, but once I got the opportunity to be a professional coach, like I definitely took it and definitely took advantage of it for sure.
How it started, my journey is interesting. I was a huge gamer growing up as a kid. Once I went to Rutgers, football kind of took over everything because in college, it's like a lifestyle. You know how it is. Then I went to the league, and then like, the same thing happened. I went to the league my first year. I was just super focused on like making sure I made the team and everything like that. Yeah. So I kind of took a back seat. Obviously, the pandemic happened, so I hardcore just started hitting it. Like,
bro, like, you and everyone else, man. You and everyone,
bro.
Like...
And so I got. Don't worry, I'm not.
You know what you can do. Okay,
exactly. I'm not a guy that's just gonna go on and never play before. I played. I was actually playing right before you got right before the call. So it's lit, bro. I got you.
If we can use like any gun, I would use just the AUG. It's like a 3-round burst gun, and it just like one burst people, like 3 bullets, and they're instant. The best other guns will probably be like the XM4 or the AK-74U. The XM4 is an AR, so it's better for like long range, like medium range. It's like it's in a really good state right now. Like that gun's super good, so I recommend using that too.
My game is more so like I'm
it's more strategic.
Yeah, more strategic, like rotating. Like obviously, like I don't mind pushing, but I hate pushing if it's like a dumb push. Like I'm not gonna just push with them.
Yeah, just run at people.
I like third party, obviously. Like if I see an opportunity, I'm in there. But
you wait for stuff to start going on, then you just sneak around.
Yeah, sneak around, take out 3 real quick. Piss a lot of people off, get cursed out at, and it's lit. It's up. You know what I mean? The vibes.
Well, honestly, how old are you? What are you like? 26?
Nah, 25.
Oh, okay, you're young. You're like my age. All right.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay, yeah, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm a young coach. You'll be surprised, man.
Yeah, you're a young coach.
I'm the Sean McVay, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. You're the Sean McVay of gaming. I love it.
My team is probably like one of the best teams in the game right now. And individually, I think we have like some of the most talent. So every single one of those guys are actually they're disgusting. I think Skies might be like the most frustrating for me to deal with because I just know he'll try really hard against me. He'll be a problem.
Listen, dog. There's a saying Coach McVay always says: we don't feel pressure, we apply it. Come on now.
I like that one. I'm stealing it.
It's gonna be lit, bro. I already know the vibes. I know the vibes already. I can feel the vibes coming off here. I already know you about business. Listen.
Oh man, we're gonna win. There's no stopping us.
Yeah, I'm a chameleon, bro. You know, I'm gonna put down a couple bodies and we're gonna be rolling. Let's go. It's lit.
Like 5 times better. Even if you aren't a PS5, you'll be surprised.
All right, Team Bash, Sebastian, Joseph Day, and Atura. Looks like you guys have all the chemistry going into this one already. Atura, I was noticing with Bobby, who crushed it with Devontae Smith, they had really good communication. Do you guys feel comfortable with each other going into this one?
Yeah, we got a few practice reps prior to this, so I think we're ready for anything. I think we're definitely going to take these guys down.
What did you learn in those practice reps?
Honestly, we kind of just learned, how we play call a little bit. We learned how our play styles are together, and yeah, just some familiar call-outs as well. I think we got some stuff down. I think we got this.
Confidence is key. Bash, this is single elimination, baby. You know what that feels like playing for those LA Rams. What's your mindset going into this one?
I've been there before. I've done it. So, the vibes are high, and I'm just ready. Let's do it.
You're the only defensive player in the NFL side of things here. Landon Collins walked away with the win in this very competition in the No Bowl in Miami in person last year. Why does being a defensive guy give you an up here?
Hey, man, it's our mindset, you feel me? We just know how to communicate. We know how to strategize. We're just team players, a lot of offensive guys, they're me guys, you feel me? So when you're a defensive guy, you're not. You're all about the team. So, I feel like with that team aspect, that team mindset I got, and Artura's skill, Ricky's skill, that combined, it'll be a real beautiful thing. So I'm just excited.
I love it. Steven Jackson was saying a lot about the team, and then it was all Ogre too, and no Steven Jackson. So you better carry your weight in this one. I want to see it. I want to see it up against Justin Jefferson and Stacks here. All right, I'm ready to go, Jeremy Anthony. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
Man, dude, I gotta say, Sebastian's vibes are at an all-time.
Unbelievable. I was literally about to say that too. His vibes, he just wants to get vibey, man. And did you hear his talk? He was talking about rotations.
Yeah.
Not too many people know about rotations unless you're a professional player or you play every day. So I'm not gonna lie, I just gained a lot of confidence in this roster.
Hey, man, you never know, right? Like, on one hand, we've seen Justin Jefferson play. We know that he can bring a lot to the table, and we know Slack's a beast.
Yeah.
Atura, sort of a question mark as well. We don't know how he's going to stack up against Slack, but hearing Sebastian Joseph Day talk about Call of Duty, he really knew what was going on. Yeah. He felt super confident, but he did say he likes the third party in camp.
Yeah.
So my translation from that was like, yeah, I kind of just like stay out of the action, and I jump in late and try to fight then. So, that might not work in 2v2s, but we'll see if they're able to adapt on the fly. We heard them talking about how much communication is a key factor, on defense in the actual NFL. He said he's going to bring that same thing here to Call of Duty. And also, we heard Justin Jefferson talking a little bit about how there's a lot of parallels from being an NFL player to a Call of Duty pro player. Like, what are your thoughts about, NFL players saying things like that?
I love to hear that, man, because we do a lot of communication. You cannot be a professional player if you cannot talk. And that goes on both sides of the NFL field. You saw it on offense. You got to communicate with your quarterback to know what route you're running. If you're on defense, you got to communicate with your entire team to see what kind of coverage you guys are running. So, like, when you're just talking about the comparison between them two, being a professional requires a lot of things. Communication is a heavy thing, and I'm excited to see how these guys are able to communicate throughout this match.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting note that he said there at the end. He was like, the offensive guys, they're me guys.
Yeah.
Like the defense guys, like we're team-oriented because we have to be.
Yeah.
So maybe that will give him an edge going into this, especially with the coach who understands teamwork and communication. They might be an underdog here in our tournament. I see these guys loading up into the game, so we'll have this going for you guys very shortly. And they're actually playing Crossroads Control. So have you played Crossroads
I don't think I've ever played Crossroads Control. This is going to be a new one to me. I'm excited to see what both teams are going to be using. When you're playing such a map that's this small, I'm expecting 2 AK-74Us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting it to be. So hopefully on both sides, Atura being a coach, he's able to tell Sebastian, hey, this is the gun that's preferred on this map because it's a lot smaller, a lot closer engagements. So hopefully on both sides, just going to be a slay-out fest.
Yeah, I'm wondering, so on Crossroads, obviously you're going to run a 74U. Do you think you split up, or do you just try to just head bash one point at the same side with your teammate over?
I think you definitely just want to just stay with your teammate and just play the trade, because at the end of the day, it's a 2v2. You kill one, the opposite player is going to be fighting both of you guys at the same time. Yeah. And if you trade that effectively, you'll be able to get some map positioning.
Do you have a favorite map for Control in this game?
Yeah, 100%. It's Raid.
Yeah.
Raid, whenever I play Raid, just because it's such a classical map, I've been playing it for years, and they added Control to it this year, it just feels so fluent. Obviously, you're going to have one point on the opposite side than the other, but just the map in general just gives that aura. It's just so good, and it's just meant to be played.
It feels like there almost is like a different play style from map to map in this game for Control.
Yeah.
At least like when you get to Checkmate, it just seems like, obviously you got to be in the plane and controlling the wings, and then when you get over to Raid, it's like you got to coordinate those team pushes on either side of the map and send players on pinches. And offense can be pretty rewarding on Raid as opposed to some of the other maps. So when they get over towards a map like Raid, I'll be excited to see the communication there, where it really needs to be on point, coordinating those pushes where you have to sandwich the opponents there, right?
Yeah, because on Raid, you're spawning. If you kill them at that A point, they're spawning immediately at B. If you kill them at B, they're spawning literally on the A point. So it's all about just how fast they're going to be able to react to that if they kill both players. Because remember, there is no respawn delay. So that's going to be even faster than before. So the players are spawning on A. You just got to try to win your gunfights and put yourself in the best position to try to close out that map.
Yeah, so obviously on Crossroads, I think offense will probably be a little bit easier as opposed to, going towards like a Checkmate again or a Garrison again. So that first offense is going to be huge. We saw in our last matchup in the Ogre 2 versus, Steven Jackson squad, like they literally won their first two offenses, both teams, and it just came down to that defense. And obviously you don't want to give that up. So we're going to have to see these guys come out hot, not cold, right? We got to see one of the athletes turn up and, going into this one, it's loading in right now. Do you have anybody that you're leaning towards after hearing their interviews with Kay Adams?
I'm 100% still going Slack and Justin Jefferson. These guys have gotten reps. Slack's been a professional player for God knows how long, and I'm expecting him to just destroy his coach right here.
I love Justin Jefferson's name. When I first gamed with him, I saw his name, and I was like, dude, what is your name? It's I am a goat, I am a man. You see they're spawning in with the fist once again. It looks like the other team's just ready to go. They're already pushed up onto the point. A little bit of a class issue here. We're probably going to restart here in a minute. But yeah, as you can see where the points are now, like it's probably going to be beneficial to just team push over and over when you're on offense. On defense, you might be able to split a little bit. That tank is probably going to be really, really huge. And right here, it looks like if you're on defense, you can just see over that whole ice from up here and just hold down A or hold down B, right? Make sure.
Back when the game was at the very beginning stages of when it first came out, when we played Crossroads Search and Destroy, those bomb plants of AS&D and BS&D is going to be both the capture points in Control. So just with that A point, it's going to be out in the open. If you're going to be sitting towards that top crate, you should be able to pick up a couple free kills. But you see Justin Jefferson using that that AK-47, able to take that one right there. Fortunately, we got to go for a restart, but it's looking like Team Slack, man. Team Slack and Justin Jefferson. They just have that communication. Even though Atura and Sebastian have got some previous reps in, I just still don't see how Slack's going to lose this.
I'm switching my allegiance over to Sebastian Joseph Day and Atura.
Okay, that's
They're
fine.
Gonna take it.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to go Slack. The guy who's beat me for years. That's fine.
I did see Justin Jefferson there with that AK-47 picking up a big kill, though. He's using the iron sight. I was using that in the beginning of the game, man. And wow, that AK is just so strong. I want to see some interesting weapons getting pulled out, though. Let's see some MAC-10s. Somebody in the pre-interview said that they love using the MAC-10.
Yeah, it was Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson said he liked to be aggressive, so he was running. He told me he ran an M4 and a MAC-10, but he ran an AK-47 throughout that first map. Didn't bring out the MAC-10 once, and I would have loved to see it because we're expecting AK-74Us, we're expecting Krigs, we're expecting XM4s. MAC-10s and AK-47s, those are a little different, so I'm excited to see those weapons.
Also, guys, don't forget, at home, you guys obviously know that you can order some Pizza Hut. We are sponsored by Pizza Hut here. No one out pizzas the Hut. And also, our winning team will be getting $10,000 that they can donate to their charity of choice. So these guys aren't just playing for bragging rights, okay? So they're playing for $10,000 to do some good in this world. And we all know we need that during this pandemic.
100%, man. After such an atrocious year in 2020, we're just trying to leave that all behind us and start off 2021 on a high note.
Yeah, and speaking of the pandemic, like during the pandemic, a lot of athletes picked up games or went back to their roots and, before they were the pro athlete, when they were playing video games and they started grinding, man. Like, what do you do with all your extra time as a pro athlete, right? You play video games. We've seen so many of them pick it up and get really good. We've seen UFC fighters, NBA players, NFL players, hockey players. I mean, even like NASCAR drivers. They're all playing games now, right? So it's just awesome to see everybody sort of dabble into Call of Duty a little bit. You know, sort of that favorite. Everybody's got Call of Duty in their house. So it's just exciting to see these guys playing. And you played recently with J.R. Smith, right?
J.R. Smith is probably my favorite person to ever play with that I had the chance to meet. The guy's absolutely hilarious. We had the chance to play some Warzone. That's all we ever played. But the one game that I continue to remember, I had to post it everywhere. We were driving, the storm was coming in, and we were sitting by Tribunal, and he was on a quad. And he was the driver. But he drove us into a fence and killed everybody on the team. And he couldn't even believe it.
And you could only survive in the gas for like 10, 12 seconds. I remember seeing that clip, too.
JR's a legend, man. Every time I think about him, he's just a legend.
He was like sitting there. He was like, which way do I go? You know? And he just ran into a fence, and you just started screaming, dude. I was like, oh, you held back, though, dude. You usually get way more.
Yeah.
That was me. Like, I'm getting my head blown out there, just roasted.
But if it's you, I'm not expecting you to run into a fence, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Well, you were expecting J.R. Smith to run into a fence?
Yeah. Yeah, I was. J.R. Smith didn't even shoot the ball with 3 seconds left. I'll expect him to run into the fence. That's my favorite guy, though. I love J.R. Smith.
That's some shade right there, guys. Tease. Somebody clip that, please, so I could send that to JR. Wow. But anyways, yeah, no, JR is an absolute legend. And it's just exciting that he's playing Call of Duty as well. We got rappers playing COD. We played with Schoolboy Q the other day.
And T Grizzly, too.
T-Grizzly, dude, they're good.
Yeah.
Very good at Call of Duty. And now we're going to see if some of these athletes are getting better. Justin Jefferson going up against Sebastian Joseph Day. This is offense versus defense, coach versus player. Let's get right into it, guys.
So we're going to hop on board with Slacked off the rip. Arturo still does not have a weapon. That's unfortunate. Sebastian's going to get the team kill onto him.
Yeah, I'm getting
like some more technical difficulties are going to be in. The game must be ended again. It's okay. It's okay, guys. I promise. This game's going to get kicked off here pretty soon.
You should just pull out a default class.
Yeah. One thing that they probably don't have on is the pre-match requirement. That's the only reason why players are not getting in with weapons.
I think it probably has to do with that update that went out.
Yeah, that too.
He's probably just got to create his classes once again. We'll see. It looks like he did actually spawn in with a weapon on his second life here.
We're smoking these clowns again.
Anyways, looks like they're playing this one out. So if you look at Slacked and Justin Jefferson actually going to secure A free of charge there. I'm sure they're stoked about that one. Sebastian Joseph Day making his way around through that captured site. And he's just trying to pick up some kills, but he doesn't have his teammate.
Is he not
He
playing?
needs Arturo to step up and play. Is Arturo get nervous?
Oh, my God. Sebastian trying to put down a couple shots on Justin Jefferson, able to take him down. Slack now, they already have that A point. Now they're working towards B, able to get their first tick on it. Arturo currently 0-2. Hasn't got a kill to his name. Sebastian trying to play spoiler, able to take him down, but Justin Jefferson coming around the back. 4-1 for most likely our offensive player rookie of the year. 1,600 receiving yards, 4-1 in Call of Duty. The guy just can do it all.
All right, so they're both playing now. The game is now actually finally underway. They haven't fully captured B, so there's still an opportunity here. Arturo has just now started playing the game. Okay, so Slack's going to take him out, and they're both dead. That's going to be the round one done and dusted. That is so unfortunate on the side of Arturo and Sebastian Joseph Day, but adversity has been placed in front of them. You just got to get over the hump. You got to forget about that round and bring the heat in round number 2.
Well, let me tell you, Justin Jefferson is on a heater. I'm pretty sure he's like 4 to 5 kills to his name. I know, he's having a blast, though, getting all the kills that he needs. 4-1 out of the guy.
I'm not giving him credit. He killed the guy in spawn over and over. We'll see what he's able to do this round. No shade to Justin Jefferson, but now that they're all playing, I want to see the actual battle here. So, switching over to offense, Arturo and SJD. See if they're able to turn up here. Arturo now in the game, going to pick up his first gunfight win. Going to jump down onto that B point. Not going to get it, but Sebastian Joseph Day making his way towards A, trying to get some progression. Arturo spawns right outside there, and they have an opportunity here. Got to get some kills.
Oh, man. Justin Jefferson, 5-1. Slack, 5-2. Arturo just finally picked up his second kill right there. They're trying to work towards this 8 point. Slack just playing his life, waiting for his teammate to get there. He's able to take down one. Now it's 2v1 versus Sebastian. Is he going to be able to pick up a couple kills? But nope, there goes Slack to get the second.
Yeah, but they got a little bit of progression. Yeah. Obviously, the clock wasn't moving. We're going to see an RC car actually get called in by Justin Jefferson. He's going to see one, and did he get the kill? Yeah, he's going to take out Arturo. Arturo's off the respawn. SJD pushed up. Going to get taken out as well. So doing a good job if you're Slack and Justin Jefferson. Big gunfight when you have them in spawn now. This is a map where you can get a dirty spawn trap.
Yeah, Slack 9-3, Justin Jefferson 6-2. I saw Justin Jefferson rocking a Molotov, something you don't really get to see every day. He was able to get a couple hit markers with that. Atura's trying to do everything he can towards his key point, trying to get some captures in his name, able to take down Slack in that huge gunfight. They need to start working this fast, man. Couple kills are going in the favor of Slack and Justin Jefferson. They do have a 1-0 lead. You need to be able to bounce back in this offense.
You got some time, though, right? You got 50 seconds left on the clock. You're not in panic mode just yet. You just got to get some map control, and it looks like that's exactly what Atura's doing. He's working on that second tick. He's going to actually grab it, and now he's working on the third. Trophy's out, nades out, going to hit the flak jacket, and he's just dancing around the hill right now. Can he secure it? He's going to get a gunfight here in a moment. That is going to be Justin Jefferson. Peppers him up. And he's getting taken out. Sebastian Joseph Day going to clean that up, but the trades are going to go to the side of Slack.
He's going to A. They're both
and they still have yet to grab a point.
Justin Jefferson just jump shotted him. These are moves you see out of professional players. Look at this movement out of Justin Jefferson. Able to take down one, throw the flashbang in, coming right back in.
That was nice.
He's playing fast, man. Aggression. He was not lying about that.
Gotta say, that was some impressive movement.
Yeah.
Impressive movement. Atura down, back on B. Stop challenging. He's going to stay down and secure the point. That's going to extend that time on the clock. And you're going to get another couple stabs at A. SJD. All right, so the level of play for the athletes has gone up.
Yes.
To another level on this map. They look comfortable. SJD running a solid class as well as Justin Jefferson.
You're Justin Jefferson. Sit down.
Now. He said, sit down.
Man, I'm not going to lie. Just watching Slack and Justin Jefferson right now, they have an 8-kill lead. Minute left on the clock for Atura and Sebastian. They have to try to come back in this, or they're going to be eliminated. It's first to 2 out of a best of 3.
Now that I can hear them, I kind of want to like listen in and see what their communication is like. They were gassing it up. Let's hear what these guys have to say.
Do it. All right, nothing's coming.
A whole lot of nothing. Well, they're picking up the kills, so I guess it doesn't really truly matter, their comms right now. We see Slack, 18-6. He's having a great game right now. 30 seconds left on the clock. If you're Atura and SJD, you need to make some progression here. You need to get pushed up and get these kills, but they're just spawn trapped right now. The teamwork isn't there, and this is just all bad. We're seeing kill after kill out of Slack and Justin Jefferson. Sounds like they actually can't hear each other, so they're going to have to get over that hump and make a push. Without communication, that can be tough.
Only one life remaining. Atura's going to get taken down. It's like Slack and Justin Jefferson are going to walk away with this map 2-0.
And that was a quick one.
That was dominant, man. Justin Jefferson, hats off to you, my friend.
They got, even that first round is sort of a free round, but just watching them play, I mean, Justin Jefferson and Slack, heavy favorite.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably we haven't seen everybody play yet, but I could definitely see them going to a final. Just by the eye test, they look good.
Just looking at Justin Jefferson's movement throughout that entire match was like insane, man. Not a couple pro players should be able to do that. I'm not saying they all don't, but the fact that he was able to make all those slide cancels, all those jump shots, like, that shows that the guy knows what's going on, and he definitely should.
You already said, "Hey, yo, let's bring this back." Nah, fam, it's over.
It's over.
The first round was not fair at all.
Oh, man. See these instant reactions?
I don't know what happened, bro. Why didn't it? Yo, wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, while these guys figure it out, let's talk a little bit about Justin Jefferson's gameplay. What impressed you the most?
Man, just his movement, man. He was 13-5, and like that's something you don't expect. You're going up against a coach, you're going up against a fellow NFL player, but even though he's on the defensive side of things, he was just able to hold his own, man. Running at AK-47, catching players in the spawn, hitting players with jump shots, slide cancels, playing smart, man. It looked like him and Slack really did their homework coming into this.
Yeah. And here's our highlights from that game. That was record time how fast that match was. It took them a bit to get it going, but once they got it going, some good action. That round number 2 was solid. We saw some life on the side of Atura and SJD, but I think just the technical difficulties got to them a little bit. I think they were a little bit frustrated.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be checking out, SJD's stream if he ever throws it up and tries to play some COD and see if he progresses and gets better. But Atura, man, obviously going up against his player, not going to get that trash-talking ability going forward. Slack's definitely going to let him know in the days to come. But, it's awesome to see him actually stepping up to the plate and playing against one of his players.
It's just so funny to think about, man. Like, your coach drops the same exact stats as an NFL player. man. That's one thing. If I'm slacked, I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. You dropped the same stats as Sebastian. What are you talking about? 5 and 17? Why are you our coach? We should hire him.
That is true. But shout out to the Mutineers and shout out to Atura for stepping up to the plate and trying his hardest. He had a frustrating round number 1, but round number 2, he got a few kills. Didn't take down the dub. But hey, moving on, we have a game number 3 coming up. It's going to be the one that we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry, Neptune versus Chase Claypool and Havoc. If there were storylines going into any of these matchups, this is the one with the best storyline. I'll say it once again. We got Jarvis Landry versus Claypool. We know the vendetta there with the Browns and the Steelers and what happened this season. It just ended on such a bad note if you're a Steelers fan. And then for Jarvis Landry, I'm sure he was ecstatic. And then Neptune and Havoc. I mean, Neptune stepped up as an 18-year-old rookie and it stepped up to the plate and took over Havoc's spot and dominated in his first matchup. So, it's exciting. And also, we're going to have Kay Adams again speaking with some of our competitors. It's going to be Jarvis Landry coming up here in a bit. Actually, we will not have Kay, but we do have Jarvis Landry coming on here in a bit to talk a little bit about Call of Duty.
Make sure that they see that so they know I'm open to all side bets, whatever they want to do. What's going on? This is Jarvis Juice Landry of the Cleveland Browns. I'm super excited to partner up with my guy Neptune in this year's In the Know Bowl.
Hey, I'm Neptune. I'm excited to announce that me and Jarvis Landry, we're playing the In the Know Bowl this year.
How long you been gaming for? Like, how old are you? Matter of fact, how old are you?
I'm 18.
18?
Yeah.
Jesus. How long you been playing for?
I've been playing I tried getting into competitive when I was 14, so I've been playing for a while.
I've always been into gaming since a kid. That was one of the things that kept me off the streets. You know what I'm saying? Besides going to practice, coming home, staying in the house playing video games. Call of Duty, mostly every guy on the team played it once I got to the league as well. That was part of the team bonding. You know what I'm saying? You build your chemistry through video games.
I think the way I'm trying to play, I'm just gonna be running at them the entire time. Honestly, just screw the communication. I'm just gonna be running at them, and we're just gonna do our thing.
I think the only way to do it is trust that these guys have never played before, never had comms going back and forth between each other. We don't need comms. We just go and get them. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yes, sir.
We don't even need mics on. None of that. Just turn the volume up and rush. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
So I've been running the AK-74U. It's super good. I've been running the speed grip, so I'm faster on the map. It's a really good class.
Yeah, I've tried that out as well. I haven't ranked it up to where I needed to be to have all those attachments yet, but I'm definitely really close. I think for me, I've been doing really good with the FFAR. I think that's been one of the guns that I've been able to really shred with a little bit. So that's probably what I'll be running with the dual pistols and just running around the map, going from there.
Yeah, and then those are for the perks, and then probably just a Semtex and a flash.
Yeah, that flash definitely comes in handy. I like having a flash in the bag. Yeah, for sure. I tried all the guns from the MP5, everything. But I feel the most comfortable I'm with is with that FFAR and that Stoner 6.3. But if we're gonna play with smaller maps, I'll probably run a dual pistols like you with the FFAR, and then just use the movement and go get them. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, the person I'm definitely worried about is Awakening, because he's just super good. He's just a beast. And both my other teammates, Skies and Slack, they're obviously really good too. But that guy Awakening is just different.
We'll be ready. Me and Neptune will be ready. It's simple. We coming to win. That's it.
And that was great hearing from Jarvis and Neptune, but we got Chase Claypool, and Havoc coming up here in our next video.
Chase Claypool here, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What's up, guys? Havoc here from the Florida Mutineers. I'm playing in the Know Bowl with Chase Claypool, and we're trying to get a dub.
Team deathmatch.
My older brother played Halo 1. I snuck into his room and played on his account and probably screwed up his save files. And then one day in 5th grade, I went to my friend's house and he was playing COD 4. And I was like, dude, that's so sick. And I just started playing competitive game battles to try to get #1 on the ladder. It was a hobby that turned into an obsession, which thankfully turned into like a job for a little bit or for a while now.
Since it was quarantined for basically the entire season, every time I got done with work at the facility, I would just literally come home and grinding on the games. I've been playing Call of Duty since the third game, so I probably was like 8 years old or something like that. I played Halo when I was really young. I was sponsored, like a light sponsor, when I was like super young at Halo, and then I just never looked back. In Warzone, I was running the DMR and the Diamatis, which was from Cold War, but I'm gonna be running, whatever my teammate has to offer, so I'm gonna listen to him and what attachments he has, what perks he's running.
The number one rule is that we definitely have to play together. We can either have 2 ARs and sit back and just be like real nerdy with it, or we can pull out subs and like be aggressive, and as long as we're just together getting trades, I think that's the easiest way to go. I'm probably gonna use an AK-74 and just smoke them.
The green stairs, like where the tank is?
Yeah.
Got him. Let's go.
I would take pride in my trash talking in the game. It depends on the corner, but if the DB's talking trash, then I'm definitely talking trash. So same thing with Call of Duty. If the opposing player is talking trash, then I am absolutely talking trash.
I usually don't start anything, but I'm definitely down to trash talk. And I know Joe, he gets the first blood on me, he's shooting my body. Like, I know he's going to do that. So I got to make sure I'm on point. I know I'm not losing a Tom. I'm not losing a Tom. If I lose a Tom, I'm just going to leave the org. I swear. I'm out of here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what happens. I think we got a pretty good matchup off rip, so just depends on who we play in the first round, second round, but I think we got it.
Man, watching that video, they had some good vibes.
Yeah, man, that was pretty vibey, man. Havoc, teaming up with Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool is an unbelievable NFL player. You heard him saying, if the cornerback is talking trash to me, I'm going to talk back too. And for a rookie to come in and score 4 touchdowns and break that record for the Steelers in a single game, trash talk's got to be out of this world, man.
Yeah, he was frying this season.
Yeah, he was.
Picked him up it was like week 2 or 3, something like that in fantasy, and he just started dropping bombs, man. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one for sure. I'm excited to see him play. Like I said, I haven't seen Jarvis Landry or Chase Claypool play Call of Duty ever. And you said you've seen Jarvis.
I've seen Jarvis play Warzone.
How's he at Warzone?
He's really good at Warzone.
Seriously.
So that's the thing. Like, it's going to be such a scary matchup between these two players, between these two teams, actually. Like, Jarvis Landry, Neptune, Claypool, Havoc. We know exactly what you're going to get out of your professional players. Both of them are going to be really aggressive with the sub.
Super good stuff.
Now, what kind of game plan are Jarvis and Claypool going to bring? Like, that's going to be huge. What kind of guns are they going to run? What map are they going to play?
Look at it.
It's all going to go into an effect, and it's looking like it's going to be Strike Zone. Crossroads Strike?
Yeah, Crossroads Strike. Again, yeah. That's
wow.
Be exciting to watch these guys play. And hopefully they have all their classes and they're ready to go. But I think in this one, you heard Jarvis. I mean, like, he knew what gun he likes to run.
Yeah.
74U. He said he's been ranking it up and unlocking those attachments. And maybe with Neptune on his team, in private match where everything's unlocked, he can tell him what to use. So Jarvis might just feel like a god on the map with the Neptune class.
The only thing that's going to scare me, man, and we heard Sebastian talk about it, communication. Neptune and Jarvis said they don't even need headsets.
Yeah.
They can do it without.
That's overconfidence.
All they need is just to turn the volume up on the monitor. Like, you better just be ready, man, because Chase and Havoc, they're going to be communicating, and hopefully it doesn't cost you guys this round.
I mean, I'm a firm believer, like, it doesn't matter how well you're shooting.
Yeah.
If the other team is out communicating you, they will in the end take that W most of the time, right? Like, so if they're that overconfident, I'm expecting them to come in and fry. But, if I'm Chase Claypool and Havoc and I'm watching that video, I'm like, yo, we just got to communicate, dude.
Yeah.
We'll take this dub. And we know Havoc, he takes over sort of that in-game leader role. We teamed with him before. He tried to do it then, and then he got better at it as years have gone on. And, he's really been pretty solid the last few years at doing so as well.
And the thing of it is just like, even before he was a professional player, the guy played, you heard him in that interview, he was trying to get number 1 on GB rank the entire time. And to get that task done, I know the number 1 guy has been Bezo for years now, but he's just been working on his game the entire time, man. So when it comes to that in-game leader role, I'm expecting Havoc to step up. He likes to play a lot of 2v2 search and destroys, so this is just in his playing field here.
Yeah, the map is loading on in. We're going to see actually an M4 in the hands of Neptune. We see.
Let me know when you're ready.
What is that? A FFAR in his hands?
That's a FFAR, man.
Okay.
I'm ready for the.
All right, guys. So for those of you at home, it's Neptune and Jarvis Landry. So you see headshot. That's actually going to be Jarvis Landry. On the other side of things, you see Black Each. That's Chase Claypool. So that's just hilarious. And the game is actually started right now, but it looks like they're having a little bit of an issue. So you might get a restart here in a second. And hey, Jay, surprise around.
That's the gun thing. All right. It's the gun thing. They're just spawning in with fists, man. It's just something that you don't really expect, man. Neptune and Jarvis. They were trying to pick up every kill they can off the spawn.
Let's just tell them to run fist only.
Just run fist only, man. Just go out there and try to hit a quick jab.
Yeah, I'm curious what that is where they're just spawning in with just fist. Do you know what that is?
I'm telling you, it's because they're not loading into the map like early enough. So when you don't have that pre-match requirement to 4 players means, 2 players, it should be 2. It should be 2 on each side. In order for the game to start, both players need to be spawned in. So if they change the pre-match...
You won't get a gun because of that?
Yeah, if you don't have that setting on, say, for instance, someone's playing on PC, someone's playing on console. The guy on PC is going to load in faster than console.
Oh, yeah. So our observer, all you got to do is just switch on the pre-match requirement.
Yep, and just put
slam
2 players.
Onto it would be 4 for everybody.
It'll be 2 because 2 per team.
Yeah, just put it on 2, and we should be good to go. Yeah. But... Yeah, I'm excited to watch you guys go. I'd honestly love to watch them just play with fists.
Yeah, I just can't wait to hear the trash talk between these guys. We know the history between the Steelers and the Browns. That's 2 weeks in a row that the Steelers lost. Especially
crazy.
Because the Steelers had
the history of the Browns.
Yeah,
how bad they've been over the years.
And the Steelers had such a phenomenal start to this season.
Were they 11-0, right?
11-0. And they lose to Washington, and it just sends it all down.
Listen, if me and Jeremy are hosting a show, we're going to be throwing digs at every team other than the Bears and the Cowboys.
That's for sure.
If you're a fan of any of these guys and their teams, like, it's just friendly trash talk. We got to do it. But yeah, we really don't have a right to really talk trash.
No, because
Bears
they would destroy me in their sport. I promise. I played high school football.
Oh, you did?
But it wasn't for me. Promise. I went up against a lineman in some head-to-head, and he put me on my gluteus maximus, and I just never went back.
I have a story like that too, and that's probably why we became COD pros. I played baseball growing up for like 8-9 years, and I was a pitcher on my fall ball team. I think it was like 7th grade fall ball, and I threw a fastball right down the center. Dude hit the ball, and it just came flying at me, hit me in the eye.
Oh.
I had to wear an eye patch for like 2 weeks, and dude, I got roasted for this. I went up to pitch after like my eye recovered and stuff. And, like, I tried to throw it, and I had, like, the hesitation. You ever seen Charles Barkley? His golf swing, his hesitation? Dude, I had that. I legitimately had that. And they were just like, yeah, it's so...
Wait, so was it a dud? Did it just hit into the...
No, like, I would throw the ball, but I would, like, hesitate. So I would, like, be scared, like sort of like a nervous reaction.
So you would pump the ball, like you're...
Yeah, like pump fake the ball.
Pump fake
it was just a nervous reaction. Like, I couldn't stop doing it. So eventually, like, he just moved me to shortstop, and then eventually I got moved to, like, left field.
All right, it's all good.
And then eventually I was just, like, left out, and... I just started playing Call of Duty every day.
So at least you didn't quit. I quit because sophomore year in high school.
No, I quit shortly after.
I was only 5'1". Imagine 5'1".
And when?
Sophomore year of high school.
What are you now?
5'1". I'm 5'9" now.
Wow, dude.
But
you shut up.
You just imagine that?
Yeah.
Like, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Felt like pain.
Well, I had this voice when I was in 6th grade. So.
Wow, you were a cheat code then.
They were just like, whoa, what's this guy eating for dinner? But yeah, looks like these guys are back in the lobby. They should get it all figured out here very shortly. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but everybody's doing this remote. We're trying to get the show on the road for you guys. But it's been exciting thus far. We got a lot of matches on the way. We're still in the round of 8.
Yeah.
We have a couple more games to go, then we'll get into the semifinal and the final. The winners of this tournament will get $10,000 to award to their charity of choice. It'll be fantastic to, do something good in light of all the things that have been happening in 2020, and to leave that all behind us and go into 2021. Just having a good time. We're a month into this thing now, huh?
Already, man. We're already in February. That's so quick.
I know, man.
Valentine's Day is around the corner.
I'm just going rogue,
That's
okay?
probably horrible. It's all good, though. Gonna hop on in the gameplay here. Let's jump on board here with Mr. Jarvis Landry running at FFR.
Headshot. He's going to get headshotted off the rip, and that's going to be first blood drawn by Havoc. Remember, guys, there's a lot of bad blood in this series we got going on right now.
Wait, did you not just see Chase Claypool's movement right there? He was slide canceling, pulling up that AK-74.
Yeah, bad though.
That's kind of different though. Like when I look at Justin Jefferson, it's the first thing you got to realize is that if they have that movement, because we saw Sebastian, we saw Steven just crouching around the map, and that's not the way these guys are playing. Havoc starting off hot, 3-0 to his name. Jarvis able to finally get that trade. It's looking like they're going to be down by 1 life. Neptune running around with this AK-74, trying to take control of bridge. He's going to be able to take down Havoc once again. Now it's all left up to Chase Claypool to try to make a play.
I missed every shot.
What did we notice from that last game? We noticed that you
shot.
have to play with your teammate on this.
Yes.
You can't split like people were doing on Garrison. You got to be together. And we're seeing trades just coming left and right here. Who's going to finally get that big 2-piece to open up the map? Neptune going to take out one. He's got a one-on-one here against.
He's got
I believe that is Justin Jefferson. Yeah. Or
Chase
Claypool, excuse me. Their names are...
The name's throwing you up. Blackie Chan's throwing me up.
Like, make your name your
I don't
name.
even want to say that. I'm just going to say Claypool.
All right, so Blackie Chan is Chase Claypool.
Uh-huh.
And Headshot
is Jarvis
Landry.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't Jarvis Landry's nickname like
Juice.
Godson? I thought it was God, or his Twitter is Godson, though.
Bless him.
Yeah, bless him.
Bless him.
Neptune making a lot of progression at B. Not going to get it done. Havoc going to come in for the cleanup. We're going to have Jarvis coming in, trying to get that trade, and unfortunately, he's going to unaim in and get taken out. Neptune, though, up quickly. Bridge fight, going to win it against Blackie Chan. Finds the second, not going to get the kill.
I've crossed the
Havoc demanding map control. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're shaking their boots. You need to get some progression over towards B. If you're Jarvis and Neptune, you see them making their way over there. But Havoc just working on these kills. Where's Blackie Chan at when you need him? Jarvis getting bridge control. Can he save the point? Looks like he's going to give it up. 3 seconds is all they needed. Close out this round, and looks like the timer's going to get extended if they capture it now.
Well, it's looking like Havoc's going to try to put some pressure on towards that point, but Neptune's going to be able to get that capture. Now, a whole minute is going to be added to this round since they only captured 1 point. They have enough time to work towards the second. But 18-17, kills in favor of Havoc and Claypool. Trying to do everything they can. You're going to see Claypool able to win a big gunfight onto Neptune. He's crouch shotting, man. I could just tell you this guy's played. He has played, man.
So these guys are actually communicating. So I'm going to call for a listening again, and I want to hear them actually talk. Because every time I said, let's listen in for a second,
it just goes blank.
So let's hear.
Mid, one shot for you. Get that kill. Let's go.
Once you stay A side, he's staying on A.
You hear the communication between Havoc and Claypool, man. He said mid, A side, going right in, get that kill. You got him. Time is ticking. 13 seconds going to be remaining. Only no ticks on an 8 point. Neptune trying to do everything he can, able to open up with a big 2-piece. Now, this is the time where they have to hold. Only 8.5 seconds remaining. If they die, they have to sprint headlessly towards this point to try to capture it. Havoc going to come through that big door side, able to win one, able to take down Jarvis. 5 seconds remaining. The players are spawning all the way in the back, and it's looking like Team Claypool is going to walk away with round number 1.
There we go. The comms were there.
Yeah, and that's what's scary, man.
What did they say before the game started?
They said they didn't need it. Jarvis, bless them. You need some comms, man. Need some comms.
Dude, if you're Jarvis, you can't let Claypool beat you here.
Nah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to lose to Claypool if I'm Jarvis, even though you beat him in the wild card game.
There's just no way, though.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose. You don't want to give him any bragging rights over you if you're Claypool. Revenge any way you can get it.
70 ping, by the way. Let's get it.
This FFAR or Jarvis with that silencer strapped on it.
I gotta fix
They're going to have to try to go big here on defense because the way Havoc and Claypool were working right there, the communication was up to par. Havoc was making calls, Claypool was getting the trades. It was all working out in their favor. Havoc able to open up with a big first blood onto Jarvis. Now they're going to try to fight for some map control.
Absolutely. That was a big round number 1. Remember, this is a best of 3, so whoever wins 2 rounds first takes the dub.
I got a trophy on
so
you.
Havoc and Claypool are actually on match point. Havoc having a big game, 13-7. Also, Claypool doing his thing at 5-6. Lean neg 1 at the moment. If you're Jarvis, you got to turn up here. 2-9. Time to get things going. Capping A at the moment.
Oh my God, Neptune put on the air.
Trying to get that map control.
Both players from Jarvis and Neptune trying to stay alive. 24-24 in the lives count. Claypool able to take down 1, trying to work towards that B cap. Just playing his life perfectly, trying to stall time, knows exactly what's going on. Able to come around that corner and kill Jarvis in the backside. Claypool currently on a 2-kill spree. Havoc is going to be pushed up in the base, trying to spawn kill. Able to take down Jarvis once again. I'm on your head, Claypool says.
Claypool's turning up for the squad right now. He's capturing the A point. Going to get that first nearly. There we go. Progress at A. He's going to get in a gunfight near their spawn. Going to smartly run away from that and get more progression onto A. He's in a one-on-one right now. Will he win the fight? And Jarvis hits him with the drop shot. Havoc with the cleanup, though. And now it's up to Neptune. Come and take out Havoc.
I just love the way that they're playing it. You could just tell Havoc and Claypool have both made that same exact play. They know where the players are spawning. They have that knowledge. Kills are going to go in towards their favor.
Big plays.
It's looking like they're going to be able to work towards this 8 cap, and this is huge for them because they do have a 6 live advantage. They have a minute 40 on the clock to try to close out this round, either by capturing the point or getting all the kills. And with them having a 6-kill advantage, like I said, it's a huge opening for them.
Hey, man, they want it more, huh?
Yeah. Tell by the communication.
You can tell by the communication. Yeah, they're doing their thing right now. Both of them sitting at positive. Make that even for Claypool, and a big gunfight win coming out of Neptune on both ends of the map. And This is where it gets tough. They're in your building, they're in your base. And you recover, get kills out of your base, and get progression on the B point. Havoc, big kill up top, looking for kill number 2. Gonna spot him, jump out, and they win the big gunfight. And now is where you can blow this game wide open. You need your teammate in Claypool to come up and assist you. Claypool on the point, he's staying down. Havoc gonna jump up top, get a little bit too aggressive, and they just had map control. It's all gone now. 1 minute left in the clock. Will they secure this 2-0 victory, Jay?
I don't know, man. I would have liked to see Havoc just stay on that point. Claypool just watching his cross, because players got to jump down off that rock, give up their whole entire map positioning, try to get you off that point. It's looking like Neptune and Jarvis trying to hold this down from a distance. Jarvis is going to change to a red dot onto this FFR. Trying everything he can to eliminate Havoc going towards this B point. 30 seconds are going to be remaining on this clock. Jarvis is trying to put down a couple shots into the smoke. He's going to get taken down. Neptune's going to get taken down. Both players are going to have enough time to get up towards this point here. And this is exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to double stack, force the players to jump off the mountain, and they're going to be able to take down that free kill on the Jarvis. Last player left is going to be Neptune. They have 2 ticks. Jarvis and Neptune need to make a play quick. Neptune with a big gunfight onto Havoc in that top room. With a great trade out of Claypool. Here comes Jarvis, finally coming alive when he needs to.
Absolutely, and Havoc still having a massive game, but Neptune turned up, man. 24-17 against 24-14, so both having a solid game right now. Neptune applying that pressure. He did not want to go out 2-0, and you see huge kills being taken around the map, and there we go. Tie game.
Tied 1-1. Now, so far, both teams have won their offensive rounds. Neither team have won a defense until... Wait, no, Jarvis' team just won their defense. Both teams won defensive rounds. Not a single team won their offensive round. So this is going to be huge going into this very last round here. Who's going to be able to make the adjustments, especially if you're that first team that was on offense, or you just played your offense, if you're Claypool and Havoc. What adjustments are you going to make going into this round number 3?
We shall see.
Yo, if you want, we can both.
He said, my bad. He's trying to turn up for the squad.
I'm going to push that left.
All right, so this is one that we thought, you know, Jarvis might run away with his squad, but Claypool seems to have been the best athlete so far that we've seen today.
No, Justin Jefferson.
You think so, just Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson, man, I'm telling you. The guy was 13-5. Yeah, he's 11-16. He's playing really well.
But the plays he's making.
He's making good ones. You can just tell the communication between him and Havoc are solid. Great flank onto him. Able to put a couple shots down onto Neptune. It should be an easy trade for Havoc, but he's going to get taken down.
Today, he says Neptune going to get that progression, trying to heal up trophies down, sees him off the spawn. Grenades are out, and he wins a big one-on-one there versus Havoc. And it's just like Chan. Claypool trying to come in and get the kills, but you can see sort of how the meta is a little bit different, right? One, it's 2v2, obviously, but also they don't have a respawn delay, so you have to continuously slay them out. And Neptune's trying to get those kills while Jarvis secures the point. That's 1 tick down. Player in the hill with him. He puts a red dot onto his FFAR and finds him. Ooh, that was some freaky movement right there. Nice win, Neptune with the trade, and that's going to be 2 ticks. So you guys are seeing what it's like to play here. It's just constant trading. Your teammate gets a kill, then you got to trade and get the kill. Whoever gets that 2-piece blows the map open, and they're able to get map control. There goes the big win that they need. It's a huge kill right there coming out of Claypool. Havoc going to get up in their base. This is where you can do some serious damage. Trying to hit them with a flank. Will they turn around? Will they read this is the question. Neptune not going to read it, but his teammate's there for the trade. Jarvis super close to getting this capture. Will he get it? About a second away. There's a player on him, and he's actually going to capture it. Huge win for him. Looking for his weapon. He accidentally pulled out his pistol, but weapon's back out.
Okay, so they are able to get that first A point, and that was huge for them because their first time they played on offense, they couldn't capture. They're just going to keep trying to spawn kill. Play super slow. So with them having a 6-kill advantage, Havoc and Claypool need to get out of this spawn trap. Jarvis and Neptune don't even need to be communicating. Neptune just spawn trapping them single-handedly right now, while Jarvis is on the point trying to pick up some time. A minute 30 remaining on the clock. Havoc is going to go down. Last player is going to be Claypool. 17-10 in lives remaining. They have to try to get him off this point quick because they have so much time to just continue to wipe out these lives for Team Claypool.
Yeah, it's coming down to the wire, man. We're on round number 3. Will they be able to battle?
One's their bottom and
Jarvis
one's
is having a stinker of a game.
Neptune is showing why he's a starter. 42-21.
But Jarvis had some, like, the biggest kills of the game, though.
That's
that
been a
kill
Rooney.
to single-handedly secure A. That was the biggest kill of the round, and it looks like it's going to win them the game because they were able to get that progression on A cap while doing so. Got map control, got over to B, and they secured the dub.
Oh my God, Jarvis, bless him, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. Way to make the adjustments on your very first offensive round. It didn't really go in your favor, but you come back in that defense, and you go into your offense. You guys execute your game plan. Great plays out of Neptune and Jarvis the entire time, man. Good try by Havoc and Claypool. They had it early. It's unfortunate. Neptune started warming up. Jarvis started winning one-on-one gunfights. That was a great matchup right there.
Oh, we lost?
No.
I love everyone's reaction. He put his hand over the camera. We got our highlight package here and what I think was probably our best game of the day so far. That was an incredible game. We saw some big plays on the side of Claypool. We saw some huge plays on the side of Jarvis. I mean, Jarvis basically just won them that round. Now, obviously, Neptune was doing his job getting all the kills, but that being said, Jarvis had a huge play at A to secure them that point and give them that map control. So, looking good going forward. Excited to see our semifinals, but we got one more match in the round of 8.
And before this map even started, I thought it was going to be, 4 AK-74Us across the map. And once I saw Havoc and Claypool running double AK-74Us, I thought that they were going to walk away with this map for sure, because Jarvis was running that FFAR. It wasn't really working out in his favor. You could just tell the communication that was not needed between him and Neptune. Neptune was just spawn killing him. Jarvis is standing alive in the hill, winning the key gunfights that he needed to. That Spinaroonie around that mid-tank and fire was a great kill, great play for his team to cap that 8-point.
What do you think about the FFAR?
Oh, well, in the beginning of the game, it was really good. Then it came back, and there was a patch on it, and then it just got destroyed. The gun just basically is just not the same. When you're comparing it against a Krig or an XM4, just simply stands no chance anymore.
Yeah, but in Crossroads, it seems to be like kind of solid. I saw him shooting. I don't know if it was just like spectator like whatever, but it looked like it was kind of beaming.
Yeah, he was beaming, man. It was great shots out of Jarvis. He had the silencer, he had the 50-round mag on. He switched up from the iron sight. I think that was the biggest thing because you saw him in the early rounds run that iron sight, wasn't really picking up all his kills. But when he threw on that red dot, he was able to start closing those out and eventually close out that map.
Well, Claypool and Havoc are going to be eliminated.
Yeah.
So that's going to put Jarvis, Landry, and Neptune
the Browns
in our
win again.
Semifinals. That's going to be a lit one. Oh, come on.
Browns win again.
Oh, man. But he put up a great fight. Claypool had a good map. Unfortunately, they weren't able to take it. But in our next match, it's our last round 1 matchup. We have Mark Ingram and Skies. Remember, Skies is the defending champion from 2020 versus Henry Ruggs and Awakening. And we have Kay Adams interviewing these guys. Let's check it out.
Yeah, we've got Mark Ingram, one of my favorite players in the NFL, up against the defending champ in Skies. Let's get to know those two before we talk about their opposition. Take a look.
I don't care about them kids, man. We gonna tuck them in, put them night-night, man. Get off my screen.
Gotta humble the kids, yeah.
They do be good, though. These kids do be good. What's good, everybody? Mark Ingram here. I'm paired with my dog Skies from the Florida Mutineers, and we coming to get that dub. They gotta come see us. We really about that. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to go for the 2 because last year I won with Landon Collins, so got to bring the momentum this year.
Hey, I'm glad y'all know who to part me with the right people. Come on.
You got the best match, huh?
I'm gonna hold my own. I got to figure out how you like to play, and
I'm pretty aggressive.
Hey, I'm with it. Bounties and hunt. Bounties and hunt. Feel me? Whatever.
Yeah. The first team I want to take out would be Awakening, because personally I think he's the hardest one to kill on our team when we play.
Man, I know this Bama guy coming out on top, and then I hope my other Bama boys hold their way, because LSU, we like to call them LS Poo. You know what I mean? Because they poo.
And you've been doing pretty good on Warzone. You haven't been using like the up-to-date classics too, which is crazy.
I be using the new gun sometimes, but then like after a while, I just be like, man, I got to go back to my old faithful.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll give you my class. We'll see how you like it. I'll drop them for you.
I'm sure it's fire. What AR you using? What sub you using?
So I'm using like the Mac-10 like everybody. That's like way too good not to use right now.
Yeah, the Mac-10 stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy. I miss the MP5 and the Kilo. Those are like my favorite.
I could go run. I could go hunt. I'm also not opposed to sitting on top of, the tall building downtown, sniping people all around, playing it slow either. So I can adapt, to whoever gameplay, whoever my team, you know what I mean? I just adapt.
Oh, I'm going to roast my teammates.
Oh, I'm gonna roast them boys too. We on it together, man. Hey,
you can go no filter. Go for it. Go crazy.
Yeah. You know, we'll get after it a little bit, especially once we dropping y'all and we team wiping y'all. We gonna talk real nasty to you. You know what I mean? Talk real bad to you. Get off my screen. Get out my lobby. Go back to the home page.
When we play, don't worry. I'll teach you how to be really good at both aspects, like rushing and passive. I'll teach you some crazy stuff you probably didn't know about.
Anywhere I can get better, anywhere I can help us win, bro. You just let me know. I listen. I'm coachable. I ain't the best in the world, but I definitely can hold my own. If I see somebody I can drop, I'm gonna hold my own. So I'm always willing to learn, always willing to get better. I don't know it all, but I know a lot.
Yeah.
Me and my dog Skies, I already see the vibe is already legendary, so I already know we gonna hold it down. I don't care about your age. I don't care if you old or not. You got to get it.
I don't know how Mark Ingram balances listening and being coachable with all of that trash talk and energy. I hope Skies can handle it. Landon Collins last year, the defending a very different energy than Mark Ingram. I'm so excited to see them. But now let's get to know their opposition here for Game 4 of the In the Know Bowl. It is the speedster, Henry Ruggs III, coming off a tremendous rookie season with the Raiders, and of course, Awakening. Let's meet them.
On the field, I'm more of a speaking when spoken to. So that's different. That's different. What's up? Henry Ruggs III, Las Vegas wide receiver.
What's going on? It's Awakening, CDL professional. Super excited to play this tournament, and I think we're going to win it.
Well, I've been playing, Call of Duty, but I say once Black Ops 2, that's when I got, really got into it, and I used to come home every day from school, and I used to always plan ahead so I can get my work done and stuff before I get home. And when I get home, I'm on the game until I gotta go to sleep.
I think the play style is I think we just have to play really fast and just run at people, just catch them off guard and just run around together. I feel like that would be the best strat, just being with each other at all times.
When we on Warzone, it turned into an argument. We can't just say, "Oh, somebody's shooting at me from the right." Nah, you gotta ping it. You gotta alert everybody. And if you don't, then you the problem. Say you on the phone having a conversation. At that point, your conversation is our conversation. Don't mute your mic. We just gonna have to hear it because you gotta talk to us too.
100%. We have to call out every little thing. Every little piece of information is so important. Especially in tournament time or matches. You cannot call anything out. If you don't call anything out, you're a really big problem. You have to call everything out. For the guns, mostly, everyone's probably going to be using the AK-74U, which is an SMG. And then for the AR, either the Krig or the M4. They're both really good.
Beginning of the match, I get an AR, and I usually switch over to the SMG. Mostly, I'm trying to rush. The biggest thing would probably be loadouts.
Yeah, when the time comes, I'll give you the classes. I wouldn't really be worried about the attachment to their perks or anything. I'm probably worried about Neptune and Skies.
I've never heard of Justin Jefferson playing a game, so I pick him for the first one.
No, we're gonna win. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, we're gonna be good.
Hey, man, it looked like those guys had some good vibes as well, but I have an update for you guys. There has been an adjustment to the roster. Awakening actually, unfortunately, lost power, so Jumper is going to be filling in.
Okay, that's going to be a drastic change because I know we saw it in that interview with Skies and Mark Ingram. First of all, big trust. Woo, woo. Love you, Mark Ingram. I love the trash talk, Love this guy, man. He's a Heisman winner back in 2009. The guy's just a beast, man.
3-time Pro Bowler.
Unbelievable.
He's a legend. Great teammate, great guy. You see in all
ultimate trash talker.
You see in some of the post-game interviews they have in the NFL. He interrupts us sometimes with his buddies and his teammates, and he just makes it super fun. So great guy to be around, high energy, and I'm sure that Skies is excited to play with him. And Skies also a great teammate for him to have because, like I said, he's always trying to learn and get better at the game, and Skies can teach him that, right? So Skies
is also our previous champion. He's trying to come back and go back-to-back here. If you're not going to get your teammate in Awakening anymore due to some technical difficulties, but you're going up against Jumper. I know we heard him in that interview say he would love to play Awakening because Awakening is the hardest kill on his team when they're screaming the entire time. And I would have loved to see that battle between those two, especially because both of them are main ARs. And we're playing a map like Checkmate. And it's going to be down to just controlling this plane, controlling the wings. I'm excited to see how Jumper, he has a big shoe to fill in for Awakening. I'm excited to see how he plays.
Yeah, so for 2v2, what do you say is the best 2v2 map for Control?
Best 2v2 map for Control.
Would it be a smaller map?
I think it's definitely the smaller map. I like the way that crossovers play for 2v2. It was just constant action, even though the players were consistently spawning in the same spot with no respawn delay. Yep. People were just picking up free kills over and over. I just liked how it was nonstop action the entire time.
Yeah, these guys are getting lobbied up. I'm actually super excited to see Checkmate because I think that plane battle, between Skies and obviously Jumper, they're going to have to communicate to their teammates. we got to get control of the plane. So I want to know, Mark Ingram or Henry Ruggs, like which one of them is going to pick up on that faster. And Henry Ruggs, you heard him say he got introduced to Call of Duty back in Black Ops 2. A long time, man.
That's a long time, man. And don't forget, man, he had the fastest NFL Combine 40-yard dash with a 4.27. So if he's able to take that speed and take it over to Call of Duty, say, for instance, he's running an AK-74U, that team's going to be really scary, man.
He was talking about Warzone a little bit and how, if you're not pinging stuff and calling out, then you're the problem. That's exactly what he said. So it sounds like he kind of knows what he's doing. From the interview, it kind of just sounded like Henry Ruggs is maybe an underdog.
Yeah.
And as one of the athletes going into this one.
Especially an underdog since you're just swapping out your professional player in Awakening. So you're playing with Jumper. It's going to completely throw you guys off. It's going to be completely different vibes, man. So hopefully they're able to walk out on top.
Have you seen Jumper play before?
I think I've heard of the guy's name. I've seen him play in a couple of Challenger Cups. He's been making a name for himself. I probably played against him, I guess, on my career up. Because that name just looks so familiar to me. So I'm expecting him to be able to hold his own as well.
Well, he's got a lot on his plate going up against Skies, one of the top 3 ARs, I would say, last year. He had an incredible year. A lot of people probably put him in their top 5 right now.
Yeah.
And they're playing Checkmate, a map that is suited for ARs. Right?
And the thing is like, Skies plays this every single day. His team scrims Checkmate control every single day. So all those power positions that you expect an AR to be, he's going to know them. He's going to probably be in them. So it's going to be really hard for Jumper to try to match him.
Do you see the Mutineers having a season like this year, like going off and winning a few championships? What do you think about their team?
I do. I just feel like it's a team that, like not many people would expect to be on this roster. They had so much success last year that they had to bring them back and just change a couple pieces around. So they add Neptune to the roster. They add Slack. This is a guy who has
controversial pickup too.
Yeah, that's huge, man. Huge, man, because this guy has won multiple different championships and multiple different titles. So when you're adding a player of that caliber and of that experience to this roster, who just fairly won last year for the very first time in their entire careers, it's going to be huge going on for them throughout the remaining of the year.
Yeah. We're going to take a look at the standings so far in the tournament and see where these guys are stacking up. But right now, you can see we made some progression. Semifinals here coming up in a bit. We got a few more matches for you guys, and you can see we're in our last match in the round of 8. So if you guys are just now joining us, you can sort of see who played against each other at what point. And I think our last game was probably our most exciting one so far.
It was. Chase Claypool, he was trying to put on a show versus Jarvis, but Jarvis, when that gunfight was needed him to win, when he was in that 8 point, running around that fire tank the entire time, that one-on-one gunfight to secure that point, so far for me, was the biggest play all day.
Absolutely, man. And, I want to see Mark Ingram play COD. Have you seen
him
play COD
I.
before?
No, I've never seen Mark Ingram play COD, but I know it has to be top content, top entertainment, for sure.
I mean, this one we're definitely going to be listening in and hearing 100%. What these guys have to say. And also, the CDO it kicks off, this week, right? Was it Thursday?
February 11th.
Oh, February 11th? Okay.
That's so close, man. I cannot wait, man. So, if you're one of these NFL players and you want to learn some little more, you're Steven Jackson, you got eliminated very first round. Don't worry. The season starts February 11th, brother.
Yeah, if you guys are casual fans, check out the COD League, man. We got some CDL players here. All these guys are affiliated with the Mutineers, and a great organization that won 3 championships last year, and we're seeing them put on a show. Ogre 2 had a crazy map number 1, and he's in a management position. At
I know.
Like, seeing him on the sticks is just legendary, man. Like, if you were, from being a kid, if somebody were to tell you would cast over Ogre 2 one day, what would you say?
It wouldn't be real to me because I was watching Ogre 2 before I even got into competitive Call of Duty. Him and his brother Ogre 1, twins, on the same exact roster, winning championships together. Like, that's one thing that you look at your brother, and I wish I could have done that with my brother, but he's horrible. So it didn't work out for me, but just commentating over the guy, even though he's retired now, it's just still legendary moments.
Yeah, and also athletes, man. Who would have thought we'd see these guys play Call of Duty?
Unbelievable,
aspect. But the map is loading up right now. We're going to jump on in here in a second. And guess what, guys? I think everybody has their weapon. Ooh. So this will be awesome. All right, so this is the thing. We always try to look at what their names are. So we're looking at this one. What's his name? Black Ice. All right, so that's going to be Henry Ruggs. Yes. Going to go by the alias of Black Ice. And then what's the other one? I'm trying to see. Oh, there it is behind us. It's Deuce
getting loose. Okay, let's go, Mark.
That's the best
Big
one
trust. Woo, woo.
Far, guys.
Show me what you got, man.
Yeah, it looks like they're just waiting for everybody to load on in. They did that pre-match requirement.
Yeah.
You were talking about.
This is good.
On a minute or two. This is good. Looking at the loadouts, what are you thinking?
So far, that's the Diamante and backhand. That's a bullfrog. Bullfrog coming
out. Turn around,
out.
Take a look.
Bullfrog coming out.
Map is officially underway. Deuce getting loose, man. That's my favorite name from the entire day so far, for sure.
Deuce getting loose. That's funny.
Yeah. No, these guys are actually playing right now. It's underway. Jumper right here on the point right now with the M4. Just trying to make sure nobody gets in close. They're getting that progression.
I'm trying to put on perks right now.
Yeah, hit him to the left.
But yeah, so yeah, it is live. They are actually playing. I thought they were testing it out for a second, but technical difficulties have been fixed, and we're all good.
Wow, this is huge for Jumper and Henry Ruggs right off the rip. 2 tigs on that 8-point is a great way to start this game. Winning a one-on-one gunfight versus Skies. Jumper filling in for Big Wake. Awakening, a player who just bursted on the scene last year and just been a god ever since. But they're going to get this 8-point nice and early. And Jumper starting off 3-0. We were talking about big shoes to fill, and this guy's not missing a beat right now.
That's the thing about Checkmate, though. Like, unlike the other maps, the defense is, if you get both kills, they're going to spawn far away. You get that progression if you double hop the point, right? So it's not like a constant battle like it was on Checkmate or on Crossroads. We have to continuously spawn kill them. You only got to kill them like twice here to get that progression. Look, they're already over towards B. That's the first tick in.
B. Right, you want to go in the plane and jump down on the wing?
2-2.
I'm in
a solid game so far. Mark Ingram, Deuce getting loose. 0-3, slow start. Jumper and Henry Ruggs, man. Like I said, they play fast.
Happened quick, man. That's a big kill on the Jumper again, man. 5-0 for this one, man. Both kills are going to go down. Now it's going to give them 2 ticks on to B. This is looking like the fastest round all day today.
Absolutely, man. Henry Ruggs, dude, he's fast in the NFL in real life and in Call of Duty. He's getting that plane control, chowing out, playing his life, dude. He knows what he's doing. Backing down, couldn't get the reload off in time. Sky's going to pick up the kill. About 75% progression onto that.
He's going far right.
They're going far right.
All right.
And there goes the kills from Skies.
And this is what we're talking about, man. Skies with these ARs, getting on towards these positions, just picking up every kill when he needs to, trying to give his team back in the live column.
But we're actually going to go to listen for the rest of this map, guys. So kick back, hear what these guys have to say, and we'll be back with you shortly.
I know where the other guy is. I'm like in their side. He's behind me. Got him. Another one here. Watch over me. Look over me. He's right there, yeah. Got him.
Where you at on top?
Under the back wing.
Oh,
they're going right. They're going right.
Under the plane. Under the plane.
Yeah, they're about to go B. They got to put it B.
Yeah, under the plane.
I need it.
Got 2 trophies.
That sucks. Nah, you're good. That was a slow start. I gotta make a subclass. Let me see. I feel too slow right now. Nah. Use the AK-74U. That's a good gun.
Once we get these kills, get them in that spawn trap.
Stun. Nade.
Going first.
Trophy.
We could get control of the middle side of the map pretty much.
That's a good idea.
We gotta go.
Oh shit, yeah. Alright, we're good.
They are playing.
Might be hitting up, but I don't see anything on my side.
They're gonna play
Yeah, I
slow.
don't see that either.
I bet you one goes playing late.
I'm in on A.
I'm going in. I think they're pushing our side, maybe? Where are they?
He's pushing up to our side.
One inside the plane.
Yeah.
From A?
Nice.
Got him.
Got one.
Right behind you to the right. Look A.
Got 2. I'm on B.
He's pushing up to
Get inside, yo, get inside my plane. Get inside my plane.
Right side.
Yeah, I got one here.
Tower dead.
There's one on top of the plane.
I'm in the RC.
With the car, he's right behind you.
Yeah.
You passed him with the car, he's on the right side.
I got one of them right here.
Perfect, good job.
I don't even know what's going on, bro. What is going on, bro?
He's on B on the
I got one, another one there.
The other guy's wood.
Oh, I got flashbang at the back of the plane.
Yeah. He's on B.
All right, here I go.
He's gonna be in the plane. On both. Get on B with me.
All right, here I go.
Just double cap.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm laying it. I'm watching your window.
All right. I'm watching left.
All right. You can watch my right. Watch my right, to be honest.
All right.
They're about to jump down. on us. Oh, just kept it. Oh, we got it. All right, let's go. All right, we got another minute. They might be pushing to the left side.
Ah, they got it.
I'm going left with you?
Yeah, it's all good.
I'll take
you. Go. I got trophy.
You can grenade him if you want.
I think both of them up there. You got another one on him?
Yeah, I got you.
I hit him with a grenade. He got a flak jacket.
I think you hit me. It's all good.
Hit with a stun or a grenade.
Yeah. Right wing.
I got needed him. They're both up top, I'm pretty sure.
Right here. One to your right.
No, on me. Dead. All right. Oh, get on it. Get on it. You're good.
I ain't horrible.
No, control. You gotta go to the point.
Yeah, 35 seconds. We're good.
Watching the cross to the point.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, he's up top right now.
Yeah. Got one. No on their side.
Move faster than that.
He's on A. He's like in the corner on A.
Top of the.
Cap it with me.
He's gonna be on our side.
Keep capping it.
They on top of A on the crate.
All right.
Right on top.
We're good. We have a lot of time here. We just get them all.
Another one. Oh, she's behind me. All right, you're good. He's going under the wing.
Yeah, he over there.
I'm trying to get your middle.
Hey man, this is some good comms. By the way, guys, we're back. We want to let you guys get inside the mind of these guys for a little bit. I'm Nameless, joined alongside Study, and we're having an absolute blast. This is our last matchup in the round 1 of matches.
They own me.
And Jumper,
oh my goodness,
coming off to a good start. The Skies turned up that map. Wasn't enough.
Oh my God, I cannot believe Mark Ingram just played an entire map and couldn't get a single kill.
Dropped the donut, brother.
0-13.
Wow.
He dropped the donut.
Big trust. Where you at, dog? Come on, man. I expect better out of you, man. 0-13.
Wait, that was
with
fast.
the champ.
I think it's over already.
I want to know what our next matchup is for semifinals.
Wait,
like
do we even play
matches
this? I
up
think it's just
against
first
who. That's going to be exciting, man, to see who's progressing in here. But yeah, dude, that was a tough game for Mark Ingram.
I have no idea.
Dropping the donut. You don't see that.
I'm pretty sure our matchups for the next round
You're good, bro.
are going to be Justin Jefferson and Slacked versus Jumper and Henry Ruggs. Then Devontae Smith and Bobby Poff versus Jarvis and Neptune.
Man, for Devontae Smith and Bobby Poff, they've been waiting a while. Some of that ring rust.
I don't know, man. Bobby Poff was hitting people with drop shots, man. They were putting on an absolute show, man. But talking about this game, man, Jumper really stepping up when he needed to. Filling big shoes for Awakening. Unfortunately, he could not make it. But you have to feel good, man. You beat Skies. You beat the champion of last year. That means we're guaranteed a new champion towards the end of the day.
Yeah, we got 3 matches left. Remember, the winner of this tournament gets $10,000 to donate to their charity of choice. It's going to be a great thing. I keep saying it after last year, do some good in this world. And we're celebrating Call of Duty, the Call of Duty League, the Super Bowl coming up. We got athletes, we got pro COD players. It's been an absolute blast, and I cannot wait for the semifinals to start. This is where it gets juicy, man. These are where the matchups begin, where the athletes are starting to fry, everybody's warmed up, and the pros are starting to get that bragging rights.
Yeah, man. You get that first match underneath your belt, you probably got the jitters away. Unfortunately for Mark Ingram, he couldn't buy a single kill there, so you're going to be eliminated. But you're one of these winning teams. If you're Justin Jefferson, you're Devontae Smith, you already got you through your first round. Now it's all about just perfecting your gameplay to move on through the semis to try to make it to that final.
So let's kind of recap the first round of matches, right? So off the rip, we had Ogre 2 going up against Bobby Poff. Yeah. Devontae Smith had a great map there on Garrison.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson didn't have too great of a map. In that one, was there anything that you took away from and you were like, these guys are going to have a good shot at making a run of this?
It was just Bobby Poff, man, really stepping up when he needed to. He realized, like, we lost our very first defense due to this. Then he made the adjustments on the second defense for them, which was playing that catwalk area, that top bridge area that was connecting to green and towards those bridge steps. He was just staying up there the entire time, picking up all the kills when he needed to, hitting a couple drop shots. Yeah. He's starting to get a little more warmed up out of that first match.
Yeah, and then we had Justin Jefferson and Slack getting the big victory. What were your thoughts on that team?
I feel like they're the powerhouse team, man. When I look at Slack, we talk about the guy all the time, man. The guy's an unbelievable player. But Justin Jefferson really stepped up for me. He was 13-5, hitting jump shots, throwing his Molotovs, using that AK-47 to the best of his ability, and his movement was just all there, man. And the communication was there too. But just watching him move around the map, he looks like he knows what he's doing, and so far that's my powerhouse team.
In our most competitive match of the day, we had Jarvis Landry and Neptune, the up-and-coming CDL star, going up against Chase Claypool and Havoc. It went down to the final round, and Jarvis made a huge play at A, able to secure that point to give the map control to Neptune, and ultimately they secured that round number 3. And I, for one, was very impressed by that team. And going into the semifinal, I have them taken and headed into a final.
The only thing that scares me about them is I don't know if they were communicating or not, because Jarvis Landry, he was able to pick up that one-on-one kill, but Neptune knew exactly what he needed to do, which is just continue to play that spawn trap, picking up the 2 pieces, just give enough time for Jarvis to try to put some ticks on these certain points. And that's exactly what they did, man. But you're going up into the semifinals. Obviously, the team that you played have won their match. You're going to have to be a little more prepared, a little more polished. So if you're Jarvis Landry, don't start off with that iron sight. Throw the red dot on right off the rip because it looked a lot easier for you.
Yeah, whenever we have that bracket, I'd love to see it here once again just so we can preview our semifinal matches. But don't forget, our sponsor, Pizza Hut. The ITK Bowl 2021 is delivered by Pizza Hut. Order a $10 Tastemaker pizza made with up to 3 of your favorite toppings. It's like a cheat code for your cravings. Head to pizzahut.com for contactless delivery, carry out, or curbside pickup. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Absolutely no one. No one out-pizzas the Hut. I can't wait to have Pizza Hut when I get out of here.
Yeah.
They better send me at least a pepperoni. I need a meat lover, okay, guys? Meat lover.
We have highlights from the entire first round, so let's get into those.
Those highlights are amazing. We're on to the semifinals, of course. My name's Kay Adams, doing some sideline reporting virtually. Of course, this was a little bit different in Miami, but so much fun here at the In the Know Bowl. And thanks to Malka Sports and Pizza Hut for putting this on. And thanks to everybody for lighting up the chat. I see you, I'm reading, and I'm loving every second of it. I was here for the trash talk. Steven Jackson, he was one of the best going into this thing all week. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing. He is out. The youngster, the 22-year-old Chase Claypool, the big play guy, he is out. Mark Ingram, where were you? Big Trust, what? He is out. Jarvis Landry, I know you're listening. I'm counting on you with that veteran experience to get this done. Jeremy, let's send it back to you. And Anthony, of course, my fellow Bears fan over there at the desk. What's up?
There we go. We love the Bears, all right?
Oh, my God.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Yep. You need to switch your allegiance from the Cowboys.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Don't
Come
worry.
on, man. It's
when
just going to be
win,
years
I'm
of
gonna
pain.
feel so good.
Yeah, I mean, you might be like 65.
That's fine. I'm going to be here to see it. Promise.
Yeah, I actually don't have our first semifinal matchup yet, but I'm sure it'll be ready anytime now. Did you figure out what that was? Our first semifinal? What did you say was Jarvis?
Our first semifinal should be Jarvis Landry versus Devontae Smith.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
Big
and
Bobby
Justin
Paul.
Jefferson versus the team that just won, which is going to be Henry Ruggs and Jumper.
So Big Bob Poff having to go up against Neptune, Jarvis Landry, Devontae Smith. Man, that's a crazy matchup, right? Because Devontae Smith, we talked about him earlier, how good he was. You know, Heisman winner. Like, this guy was just dominating, catching touchdowns.
He's just a winner, man.
And, like, I just, you know, I got to automatically not like him because of what he did to the Buckeyes. But, you know, I got to respect him.
Yeah, 100%. You got to respect
him. And in the NFL, like, he's going to be a beast. Like,
an absolute beast, man. He holds the single record for college football for most receiving touchdowns out of any player, which is 23 in a single season. That's insane, man. Insane.
Nuts. I read his nickname was Slim Reaper.
Slim Reaper. He's definitely a Reaper for sure, man.
You know what? That actually could be Bob's nickname too. Bobby Bob.
Yeah, it could be.
His nickname's the Scarf Lord. Though.
Yeah, Scarf Lord.
He has this gimmick where he always wears a scarf when he plays, and I just think it's absolutely comedy, dude.
I love that guy.
Bob is, he's one of my favorite streamers, 100%, dude. Bob's just, in the last few years, there's this thing about Bob. He just puts in more time than
anyone else
on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, it was something like, I don't want to get this wrong, over 4,000 hours.
It's absurd.
That he streamed.
Absurd.
Are you kidding me?
The guy doesn't know what sleep is, basically.
So, like, somebody calculated, I don't remember the exact amount of hours it was, but he got a summary of how long he streamed on. And it was average 10 hours a day.
Wow.
365 days.
Wow. That's a lot of streaming,
man.
When
do you do life? Like, you know, go, like, sleep.
Yeah, when do you relax, you know, kick your feet up, you know, watch some football? When do you do that, you know?
Dude, Bob is just he's an android, man. I don't know how he does it. Big shout out to Big Bob Poff, man. He's inspiring a lot of people to do these days in a row challenges.
For sure.
People doing like 2
days
in a row.
He's actually inspired me too, man. Watching him put in his work and to see how far he's come, man, it's definitely, you know, some reason why I continue to stream every single day and try to push myself to those hours because that guy's absolutely killing it, man. And he's definitely an inspiration to a lot of kids that watch.
And what's cool about him and why he's such an inspiration is, like, he started off as just ranking up on the actual public leaderboard.
Yeah.
Right? So he was like a top 5 player on the leaderboard, and he just started grinding and turned it into an actual career. So that's awesome. And it looks like our game's starting up, but we might have to have a restart here in a second. But I'm looking at it. It's Jarvis and Neptune versus Poff and SJD. So we're actually going to have a substitution here. We have Sebastian playing in for Devontae Smith.
Okay.
So there we go. So he's getting a second crack at this one, huh?
Okay, man. Let's see what the defense has got, what they got to do, man. Unfortunately, you lost in the very first round, but you're coming back. You're playing with a guy like Bobby Poff, who won his very first round. So if you're Sebastian here, just improve on your very first round and try to bring this back.
I'm gonna just go try and kill these guys, I guess. And if you want to,
so we're gonna hop on board here with Jarvis Landry.
I wanted to hear their initial strategy.
Jarvis Landry is looking like both players are going to be pushing towards this street side, and this is a great map in Moscow. It used to be a controlled map.
Big map.
It's a huge map. It's really difficult to capture that 8 point, so you're going to see a lot of players just focus on towards B, because that 8 point is going to be right in front of where the defensive spawns. So you're going to see Neptune come around the backside of that window, able to take down one. Trying to put a couple ticks onto this B site.
Yeah, right now Pop's just controlling that window. We could pull the mini map up. That'd be fantastic. We have SJD here with the M4 in hand iron sight. Gonna get taken out here. Neptune getting that progression on the B point. That's gonna be 1 tick in. He's pushing off to get these kills. There goes the huge kill that he needed. He spotted the other guy on the street, and he's challenging long range. I mean, if you're SJD, you can't even do it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with this there. He's a professional player for a reason. Neptune, 4-1 for the guy. Trying to go for his second tick onto this B point.
There's the second tick. This is exactly what you want. This is the progression that you need. You're playing at a fast pace. Neptune and Jarvis. This is what I said, man. They're going to come out swinging. I knew it. What I saw, I liked it. You're seeing Jarvis. He knows what he needs to do. He's 1 and 2. You saw Kay Adams even shout it out for Jarvis to turn up here for the veterans, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's playing his role correctly. Although he's 1 and 3, he's getting the kills when he needs them. Neptune in the spawn, trying to pick up the kill in the back. Bob Puff getting taken out. One guy left, SJD. He's in the corner. Will he get spotted? And he does. Neptune with the big kill, but we all know how tough it is to capture this zone over here at A. Bob getting spotted off spawn. Neptune shots down. trying to get that first tick. Where is Jarvis at? The assistance needs to come in. Jarvis pushed up. He's actually going to pick up a kill on SJD. There goes the kill on Neptune. Jarvis quickly making his way over towards the hill in such an intelligent play to pick up that time, and now they're going to get that faster progression on the A point. They just need to win one more battle, and the round is theirs.
Oh my God, Neptune 9-1, currently on the 8th spree. Guy's not missing. He slides out, going to be able to get the two-piece on the Bobby Poff. 10 spree for the young man. Only needs half a tick left to be able to close out this round number 1. Yeah, they're not going to be half time, man. Jarvis and Neptune. Round 1 dominant.
Jarvis doesn't always have the best stats.
Yeah.
He's in the right spots when he needs.
Yeah.
Like right there, all he needed to do was just distract L-Wall long enough for Neptune to get in position to win the gunfights. What did he do? He won a big gunfight in the middle, rotated over towards the hill, bought time, and they secured the point. So that was just a smooth operator of a round.
Dude, imagine you're one of these NFL players and you're watching a kill cam like that. Like, you see Neptune shoot like that. There's absolutely nothing you can do.
It just looks like me trying to guard Jarvis.
You got to tip your hat off.
Could you imagine being on the line against one of these guys?
My ankle will probably break, right?
Trying to lock them.
I play video games for a living. But we're going to hop on board here with Bobby Poff. They are down 0-1. They lose this round, they will be eliminated. Currently, Sebastian, 1-7. Got a second life in this tournament, but he's not moving off spawn until now. Here he goes. Minute 10 remaining on this clock. Neptune, 10 spree still. Jarvis, 3-5. Gonna see Sebastian trying to get this kill onto Neptune. Unfortunately, the reaction time is just not there. Neptune's gonna slide for that challenge. 11 spree. I don't think the young man is gonna die the rest of the map, but that is the caster curse right there.
Yeah, that was. Great representation of the caster curse. Anytime you say somebody's frying, they insta die.
Yeah. Okay, 50 seconds remaining on this clock. Gonna have Jarvis playing aggressive towards B. Both players are gonna go down. And now it's going to give Neptune and Jarvis more map control to push up and start playing spawn kills, and that's exactly what Neptune's going to do.
It's going to be tough to get out of there now. The spawns are static. On defense, you have like 2 spawns, and you just volley between those.
Yeah. You're either spawning in street or you're spawning back bank, which is that back left corner where you just saw Neptune looking, or both of the players are obviously running up the street side.
Jarvis, he's going to get pressured here. He's going to need a big kill. And Jarvis actually going to win a fight against Bob, and then the second kill is going to get picked up by Neptune. So we're seeing every time and time again, Jarvis winning his one-on-ones that he needs to take down to secure the map position. And now 13 seconds left on the clock. This is the final push out of Bob and Sebastian. Can they get control of A? Can they make something happen? SJD tried to play the cheeky corner, but not cheeky enough for Neptune. He's going to find him, take him out, and Bob, the sole survivor. The time is stopped for now. Bob getting that progression nade out. Bob's going to be one-shot Neptune. That's all he needs, signal. Run 6 seconds left on the clock. Bob has to make a play. Jarvis jumps out. Trick by Bob, and that is game right there. Jarvis and Neptune going to score that 2-0 and land themselves a spot in the final.
Oh, okay. So this is your team, man. My team is Slacked and Justin Jefferson, and I promise we're going to be in that final versus y'all. I promise.
We'll see, man. That was a great game. I'm glad that Sebastian got to get a second go at it. Didn't pan out in his favor.
Yeah.
I'm glad he got to get another chance. So shout out to Bob for coming in last second to play as well. And Sebastian for being around to come in and play for Devontae. But that is the end of their tournament. Here's the highlights.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this entire map, man. Neptune was having. He was 11-1 the very first round. Then he died once in the second round and ended up 19-2. With Jarvis Landry, your teammate, you're looking at him like, oh my God, we got a chance at winning this thing. You're moving on to the finals. But if you're Jarvis, keep your head high, man. Juice, bless him. You're playing the right position when you need to, picking up that one kill that's the most important right in front of yourself. And that's exactly what he's been doing all game. Just setting up his teammate Neptune, just push out and slay while he's capturing the point. So far, these guys have had great chemistry, but no communication, man. And they're in our final.
Yeah, man, I got to say I'm very impressed by Landry's gameplay. Also, Neptune. We knew Neptune was going to be fine, right?
Yeah.
The big variable is just like which athletes are able to turn up in these tournaments. And so far, it's been Jarvis. Justin Jefferson as well. But I'm excited for our next semifinal coming up. We got Justin Jefferson and Slack going up against Jumper and Ruggs. Jumper with last second edition. Awakening's power went out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But Jumper was fine, man.
Yeah, Jumper. He was doing what he had to do, man. You could just tell the strategy right off the rip. On the very first offense, they both went towards 8 point and got 2 ticks before it was even contested. It threw Skies off. It threw Mark Ingram off. They probably went towards that B side, probably running around playing for that plane control like we keep on saying. But they just caught him completely off guard, man. So if you're Jumper, so far, you've done a great job so far defeating the defending champion in Skies. Now you're going to be moving on and playing against Slacked. It's going to be a difficult task at hand, but the way that they played that first series, they can definitely do it.
Well, Justin Jefferson and Ruggs were both playing pretty good.
Yeah.
Ruggs has been playing since Black Ops 2. That's some experience. Like, when did you start playing?
I started playing Call of Duty 4. I remember I used to, that was like 5th, 6th grade. No, competitively, yeah, I was in Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. Yeah. But the funny story is that when I started playing Call of Duty, I remember I used to go to school. I used to get back home. The funny thing, when I got dropped off at school, my school was like 2 blocks away from where I lived. So I just turned back around and just went back home. But don't worry about that, guys. This is not good advice. Stay in school, guys.
Yeah, I mean, but we heard Henry Ruggs, what he said, it was like every day after school, he'd come home and he'd hop straight on and just game until, the wee hours of the night. And now he's playing Warzone. So clearly he has a lot of experience when it comes to Call of Duty. And we saw that on that checkmate. He knew what to do, like playing his life and getting down with his teammates. So communication was there. I'm excited for this next matchup versus Justin Jefferson and Slack. It looks like they're actually going to be playing. Is that Raid that he had selected? What's he moving it to? Let's get some Raid. Observer, can you hear me? Nuketown. Okay. It's going to be a good one. We're just getting our players loaded on up, man, but we only got 2 games left.
Yeah.
It's been a great day so far, hasn't
it? It's been a great day, man. Just watching all these players, Call of Duty players that we see every single day team up with some players that we watch on TV. Like, we are fans of most of these guys in here, and it's just so good and such a tremendous feeling to be casting over these guys and watching them try to put their battle down onto Call of Duty. But Mark Ingram, my man, I can't wait to tweet you later. 0-13, big trust. I can't trust you no more, man. I can't.
Dude, I'm just happy to be doing a live show again.
Yeah.
It's been, so long. I've done one live show since COVID.
Yeah.
It was the COD reveal, and then since then, I haven't done one. And, it's just nice to finally be back on set.
It's good, man.
Obviously, I'm grateful that we're able to do what we do from home, but it's just beautiful to be on set here, and shout out to In the Know and everybody.
Especially with such a beautiful set, man, with our production team absolutely killing it so far all day today, man. Can't thank you guys enough. This setup is amazing, and just look at it, guys. You can just tell. Look at all these lights. Look at everything, man. It's just
it looks great. The guys are finally getting loaded on in. Do we see a gamer tag change in there, or what is that?
That's Jumper, and that's Henry Ruggs.
Okay.
Black Ice and
Black
Jumper.
Ice was Henry Ruggs' name.
Yep.
Yeah. That's been like the one wild card all day is what name are these guys?
Yeah, dude.
With, right?
So far, the funniest name has to be Mark Ingram.
What was his?
Deuce.
Getting Loose?
Yeah, Deuce Getting Loose.
I thought that Blackie Chan was good.
Yeah, I couldn't even say it, man.
Chase Claypool.
Yeah, Chase Claypool. That's a funny name, man. But I like Jarvis's name, too. Straight headshot. Just headshot. Boom, headshot.
Is he picking up headshots, though?
I guess on that tank kill when he was wrapping around doing circles, he definitely got a headshot there with that FFR.
Nuketown Control. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I've never even seen where the points on this map.
I have no idea.
This is just going to be absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Going into Nuketown. Like, if I'm on these teams, it's like, all right, just gun each other. Like, just fight everything.
And you know what scares me about this map is this is another close-range map. And we saw Slacked and his teammate Justin Jefferson play Crossroads. That's a close-range map. So they have that close-range engagement when we just watched Jumper and Henry Ruggs just play Checkmate.
Yeah.
That's two totally different paces here. So if I'm going to put all my cookies in a jar, I'm going to put it on Slacked.
Okay.
And Justin Jefferson for sure.
His jar of cookies on Slack. Interesting. We're going into this one. Yeah, it's tough for me to call, right? I can't really judge how good Henry Ruggs and Jumper were because Mark Ingram dropped a donut. So you don't actually know how good that they played because Mark Ingram wasn't getting kills.
Yeah, right? He was basically not even sponsored.
And it's a tough draw for him. I mean, obviously, Checkmate is not like the best map to go in on if you're not super experienced. Checkmate is very tough. Long lines of sight. You can't really get away with hiding and stuff like that. So if he got Nuketown, he might have got some kills.
Yeah, probably. But it's so close.
Play with the cards that you're dealt, right? And they got taken out. But don't forget, the winner of this tournament gets $10,000 to donate to their charity of choice. So that'll be amazing for that. And we only got 2 games left, this semifinal and then the final. And we saw what's waiting for the winner of this match in the final.
Jarvis
waiting
Neptune.
in the final is scary.
Jarvis and Neptune. They so far, man, they've just been cruising. They cruised through Team Havoc. They just cruised through Bobby Poff and SJB. Can't even believe it, man. They're moving on to our finals. I cannot wait to see how this map works out. But don't forget, Henry Ruggs did say he played since Black Ops 2. This map right here, classic.
That is true.
So
that is
this might
true.
sneak up on him.
Well, we will see. I am a man. That is going to be, that's going to be Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
See if he's able to turn up here. And it was no surprise that he was playing well. I played with him before. I knew he was solid. and kicking things off. He's playing very well. We're actually seeing some of the guns right now as they're loading on in. I think that's an AK.
No, that's a bullfrog.
Bullfrog.
He threw a red dot on a bullfrog this time. He was running the iron sight, and now he switched it and put a red dot on it. I like it.
He's got purple camo.
He's a grinder for sure.
Yeah, we like that. Hey, what camo is that? Is it like a purple, like just basic purple camo, or is that like something special?
I think it's, I don't know.
Might be like a skin or something.
Yeah, it probably is a skin. Or
we got some MP5s, dude. I watched the tournament the other day, and Destroy, one of the streamers, was using MP5, and he was playing good, man.
Yeah.
My Boomer Bash tournament, he's frying, dude.
Oh, I got set up in that one. All good though. We don't want to talk about it. Let's hop forward with this game.
All right, game starting though. Nuketown officially. All right. So we've been talking about strategy kind of in a lot of these series, guys. And I'm just going to mention strategy in this map. Just
out the window. Yep. Yeah, out the window. All that comes down to is just your gun needs to be pulled up. You need to be winning your gunfights.
Basically.
So you
Let's see. Jumper. This is our semifinal, man. It's time to get hyped, dude.
Get turned, man. Let's go. Jumper is currently 2-0. Henry Ruggs is going to get taken down there. You're going to see the pressure towards that B point. Slacked and Justin Jefferson trying to capture towards A. Jumper just trying to place spoiler. Going to get a flashbang to his toes. Here comes Justin Jefferson. He's going to get taken down. Slack is going to be the last remaining player. It's going to be Slack versus Jumper in a big one-on-one gunfight. Slack's going to put down some shots. Not going to be able to close out that kill, though. But it's going to stall enough time for both players on their teammates to try to get towards them and play trades.
We're here. They're having fun with it. Getting some laughs in. You're playing for a spot in the final. The communication has to be on point. These guys sound a little bit quiet. Need them to get hyped, get turned. We're seeing Slack start off 4-2, good game, but Jumper 5-0. No match for Jumper at the moment.
Man, are we sure that's Jumper, or is it still not big weight? Because he's absolutely frying. We thought Awakening was going to be that player to watch, but he couldn't make it. But Jumper is not missing a beat, man. 6-1 for the young man. They're currently holding enough time to try to keep him off both points, but a tick is finally going to come in towards this B point.
Boy, push the middle.
See them trying to decap A. Jumper's going to be able to get one. That's going to be Slacked. He's going to get taken down as well. Henry Ruggs is pushed up in a great position to just keep these guys in the back of the spawn. 30 seconds remaining. Slacked and Justin Jefferson need to make a play quick.
There goes the progression on to the B point. Seeing him. He decapped it fully. They're going to have to get something going soon, man. There's only, 18 seconds left on this side. You're going to have to pick up some kills. You're going to have to get some map control. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, man, this is out of hand quick, man. 10 seconds remaining. My powerhouse team Slacked, and Mr. Justin Jefferson is just not getting it done right now. But on the back of Jumper, he's 14-2, currently on a 6 spree.
Oh, good. We just got to win the defense.
Just dominated that very first round, and now he's able to give his team up the 1-0. One round away from closing out.
Oh, they're up. They're one round away from closing out. We know Nuketown. It's going to be super fast. Right? So I wonder what the finals map they're going to choose. It's got to do raid, right?
Got to be raid.
Got to be raid for finals, man. Well, Jumper, I mean, what a debut right here. Like, he's just frying, dude. On Checkmate, long map, and you were concerned a little bit about how they would do on this one. Well, he's like, doesn't matter what map you put me on. I'm using the same gun, and I'm going to fry.
XM4, 14-2. You're going to see Henry Ruggs 2-6. Still using that bullfrog. You're Justin Jefferson. This is the matchup that they were talking about. He said he's never seen Justin Jefferson play video games, and he's showing him why.
Is that Ruggs said that?
Yeah, Henry Ruggs said that.
Ooh, a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump. A little bit of lag spike out there. Going to win that gunfight, and there goes the opening break that they needed. Justin Jefferson pushed all the way up with MP5. Trying to do some damage.
You're going to see they have that map control. They know the players are spawning on the opposite side. All they have to do is just play the crosses. Jumper has to try to fight his way out of here. He's going to slide out, able to pick up one onto Justin Jefferson. Last player alive is going to be Slacked. Slack has a lot to deal with here. There's a lot of time on the clock. 25-23 in lives remaining. Jumper's trying to do everything he can to try to match that.
There we go. Black Ice. I just can't stop saying that. Great name. Holding it down. That's Henry Ruggs. 3-10.
Guys on the A, I got him.
Justin Jefferson 4-13. So both having a tough one here, but they're going up against pro Call of Duty players, right? Like, this is not easy by any means, and they're doing their thing. Right now, Jumper getting that progression at A, dude. He's been the best in the tournament so far, to be quite frank. And he's been having his way with teams, man. That's A on lock, and now all they got to do is get B, and that's a map. That's game.
Unbelievable, man. They look like they know what they're doing. They have map control. Jumper 5 kill spree, 19-3. They already have one tick on towards that B site. minute 40 to try to eliminate 19 players or just cap the B point. And it looks like Slack, he's just going to get both kills and now try to force him out of the spawn.
Man, I would love to see them get that actual first tick onto B, but they weren't able to get that progression. You're seeing Justin Jefferson out with the RC car taken out. Have control on their side. Gotta win some gunnies here. There goes the gunfight that you need. Slack gonna win his first gunfight. There's one more player located up top. Slack trying to get up close. Personal. There goes the second. Full map control on the side. Justin Jefferson slacked. This round they desperately need. No one's left on the clock. They just have to kill them, bleed them out. And that's the huge two-piece. Jumper going to regain map control. When you need him there, he's there
down the
for the kills. Trophy down, health is back. He's controlling the point. This is where you need Henry Ruggs to pick up a kill for you. There goes one kill. You need Henry Ruggs' assistance. He's there. Not going to pick it up. And the player actually gets behind him at Slack. This is the huge gunfight. Going to get taken out. And Henry Ruggs not going to be able to trade. Makes them both absolute one-shot. Now Jumper here going to have to get pushed up. Still don't get that first tick progression.
44 seconds remaining on the clock. Slacked and Justin Jefferson are trying everything in their power to force it to a round number 3. 20-9 for Slacked. 4-19 for Justin Jefferson. So far, it's Justin Jefferson versus Henry Ruggs. The players are doing exactly what we expect them to do.
He was in the buzz.
Who's going to be the X factor that steps up for both of these teams? Is it going to be Justin Jefferson? Henry Ruggs is going to go to a round number 3.
I'm seeing Justin Jefferson hold his own right now. Winning the gunfights, he needs to win Slack. It's just a constant trade. Defense is doing their thing. Gate and stun is out. Gonna connect. Slack trying to pick up big kills, and there goes one. And oh my goodness, that was Henry Ruggs III coming in hot. Big two-piece to open this game wide open. And here's their one opportunity. You have to get the kills. There goes one. That Justin Jefferson down. Nate is out. And there goes their push. They're not going to have enough time, and it's 1-1 all tied up. And it wouldn't be a semifinal if it didn't come down to the last round.
Well, the good thing about this is it's looking like the final team that's going to go into defense is going to be Jumper and Henry Ruggs. They picked up a majority of the kills in the very first 2 rounds. So mathematically, they should have defense going into this round number 3, and they dominated in that defensive round. Not even letting Slack or Justin Jefferson cap either of those points, just playing those spawn.
I think it just alternates regardless because they're not.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Go to the actual tiebreaker. The game's like API.
Okay.
Super nerdy with it.
About to be hard.
But Jumper having a fantastic game. Slack turned up though. 27-11, 26-10. Both athletes sort of around the same area, hovering around that 5 to 7 range. Yep. So we have an even matchup, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see who's able to take out this dub. And there goes a huge opening gunfight win. Slack going to get traded. Justin Jefferson with the trade. So here goes map control on the side of Slack and JJ.
Well, Justin Jefferson was able to get one and eventually get traded. Now Jumper, he's just trying to play his life, lay down Slack. Then eventually we're going to push him for more map control, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Their same exact setup they did on their very first defense. They're going back to old reliable to try to close this out. Jumper, 28-11 for the young man. Both players are, that's the comms that both players are pushing towards that A site. He's going to stay alive, stall time for his player. Slack able to come on top of that gun.
And what'd you say? It would be my team Jarvis and Neptune versus Slack and Just Jefferson in the final. We'll see if it comes down to it, but gotta deal with Jumper. Justin Jefferson's playing sneaky. I like this. There's a progression on the A. 1 tick in. He's going up for the spawn kill. Somebody's going to have to do the objective work on the squad. Almost want to see him back up and just play with point, but he's playing his corners. Gonna get the trade. No progression. You gotta get on point.
This is what scares me, man. The time's just ticking, but Henry's trying to do everything he can to get all these kills.
He got armor
on the rat back. Justin Jefferson finessing with this MP5 in hand.
He just put on armor.
I'm pretty sure he just strapped on the armor.
I got him.
Slacked, trying to do everything he can towards that 8 point. 2 ticks are finally going to come in. Will they be able to catch their first offensive point? 22-14 in lives advantage. Slack and Justin Jefferson can definitely do this if they capture this point. They're going to gain an extra minute on the clock. A minute 35 now remaining. 20-14. Both are going to go down for Justin Jefferson and Slack. So now it gives Jumper and Henry Ruggs time to push up for that map control and play a couple spawn kills.
This is an absolute
try and get on B if you can.
Jumper, man.
Can you get on B?
An epic battle going on right now. In the No Bowl 2021 semifinals, only one team will land a spot in the final after this round of control.
Try and get on this
able
point.
to take it. Slack with a big kill.
Just get behind the truck.
Yeah, they might be.
Given the communication, let's hear what these guys have to say in the final. Let's hear their comms.
Yeah, they behind.
He pushed in the middle of the truck. Got him. In the alley on me. I got him. Stay down on that point if you can. Nice, 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 nice. One more on you.
They're behind the truck.
Oh, they on B, they on B. They're both on B, they're both on B. Hold up, give me a sec. Yeah, they were. I don't know where they are now.
They both rushing, they both rushing. Ah, come on, gotta get that, gotta get that.
Got him. A little left on me.
Wait, what? Was that? I just lagged, bro.
Nice, there's 2 left.
Alright. We have 36.
Let's get down to those final moments, Jay. And, you know, the communication was there. Like, they were doing all they could while trying to be super focused at the same time. But it might not be enough, man. What do you make of this?
Oh, my God. I just remember Henry said, I didn't even know Justin Jefferson played video games. Well, you know now. They are 1 kill away. All they have to do is kill Jumper, and they will be moving on to our finals to play versus Neptune and Jarvis Landry. So far, Slack 45 and 16.
Let's go,
we thought the guy had a match, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Let's go.
What a finals we have upon us here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an insane final. But it was a great showing in that semifinals. Thank you to Jumper for coming in late, you know, stepping in, being that player, step up with Henry.
They try to make us do the impossible, win an offense
out of the
on
tournament there. But congratulations to Slack and Justin Jefferson. After that very first round, I thought Jumper and Ruggs were going to run away with it.
Yeah, man, Nuketown, what'd you make of it?
Oh, man, it's just nonstop chaos, man. Non-stop chaos. If you get control of that top building, you know, fighting across towards those windows, just all about getting that 2-piece, just push it up for more map control. And I feel like Slack and Justin Jefferson, their communication was definitely there. You heard Slack in those comms talking about, hey, you hop this point, I'm going to push up play kills. And that's exactly what they were doing, throwing their trophies to make sure no tacticals are going to damage them. They played that beautifully.
Yeah, and everything that you just broke down, we got a replay for you right here, the highlights, man. What an incredible semifinal that we just had. It came down to the very last round. We saw Jumper early turning up, man.
Yeah.
We saw earlier today as well in the interviews, Henry Ruggs throwing a little bit of a dig at Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Ultimately, man, you got to back up that trash talk. And while he did make his way to the semifinal, he's going to fall to Justin Jefferson's squad.
That's unbelievable, man. I told you, when I watched Justin Jefferson move on that crossroads, his movement and everything was just so fluent, man. It just installed this confidence you need to have in them. With Slack on his team, a player that used to terrorize me throughout my entire pro career, they're moving on to the finals, man, and they're going up against Jarvis and Neptune. It's going to be one hell of a show, and I just can't wait.
I don't know who's going to take it, man, but we both picked the squad to make it to the final. Both of our squads made it to the final. So I got to say, I think I'm going to be right, dude.
All right, we're going to see.
Jarvis has been making plays, dude.
We're going to see, man, because Justin Jefferson, he's listening. Slack's telling him what he needs to do, and he's doing it. He's staying alive.
Slack versus Neptune, veteran versus, like, rookie.
Yes.
You know, Neptune's taking it.
So, championships, you know, I'm taking Slack.
Raw talent, up-and-coming
I'm taking Slack.
Generational talent.
I'm taking Justin Jefferson. The guy had the most receiving yards more than Randy Moss in his rookie year.
It's okay.
Like, come on, man.
We can be on opposite ends of this, but we're going to have highlights from the entire semifinal here in a couple seconds, from our round 1 semifinal and the round 2 semifinal. And I'm just excited to sort of take you guys through what we've been watching. If you're just now joining us, our next matchup is going to be the final. The winner of the final will win $10,000 to donate to their charity of choice. But let's check out these guys' road to the final. Let's check out the semifinal highlights. Go, Jay, talk me through this one.
Oh, man. This was when Neptune and Jarvis Landry, they were just doing everything that they needed to, man. Neptune was just pushing up 11-1 for the guy. He only died one time going into the second round as well, man. Bobby Poff and Sebastian, they just did not have enough slaying department to just keep up with this young fella. He was just destroying all over the map. But you also had Jarvis Landry playing that objective, being where he needed to be for his teammate, be successful. And they're going to be moving on to our finals, man. Jarvis and Neptune, they just worked so well on that very first map, and it was great to see them moving on.
Yeah, and on this Nuketown, I really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know? But these guys had a really great game, and it was back and forth for the majority of it. And I thought it was really fun for 2v2. I thought it was actually one of the better maps that we've seen throughout the day. Going into finals, I'm looking at the lobby. Looks like they're playing Checkmate again.
Okay.
That'll be interesting.
I
was hoping it would be Raid. If an observer, if you can hear me, let's do Raid. I think that would be sick to watch for the final map. But Slack and Justin Jefferson, man, putting on a show in that one, especially Slack. You heard the communication. It started to turn up. Justin Jefferson was like, you know what, Slack, just do your thing, man. Go on, man.
He was like, go ahead, man. Keep going, man. He was picking up kill after kill, just allowing Justin Jefferson to just stay on that point, get those ticks up, and eventually close out that last round, man. I know it got a little scary in the beginning because Jumper, he was destroying in that very first round, but I told you this would happen. We're going to have a battle in this final. For me, you know who I'm predicting. I know who you're predicting. I wonder who you guys at home are predicting. Make sure you guys spam it up in the chat because I definitely am going to go watch that. But, wow, I just can't wait for this to start, man.
As you can see, that's in the No Bowl 2021 bracket. Everybody's road to the final right there. Finally, Neptune and Jarvis Landry going up against Slack and Justin Jefferson. The face-off here to see who will be crowned the champion. It only happens one time a year. Last year was the inaugural event where Skies won that with Landon Collins, and now he was taken out early. And one of his teammates can be the new champ.
Yeah, it's insane, man. You know, if you were Skies, you'd be definitely looking to go back-to-back. Unfortunately, Mark Ingram he just couldn't give you a kill. It's unfortunate. Big trust. You couldn't trust him today, man. It's all right, though. We're going to have a new champion. Don't forget, guys, $10,000 to the winning team, to the charity of their choice, man. Starting off 2021 on a high note, completely leaving 2020 behind, doing stuff for a great cause. It's always the great thing.
Well, yeah, obviously, before the finals, we got to hear what Kay Adams has to say to some of these guys. She's going to do the finals matchup interviews. Oh, no Kay Adams for this one, but we do have the finals interviews here in a bit. Let's check out what they had to say.
And let's take a look at some of the epic trash talk that's been going on leading up to the big event.
I feel like I'm a whole different person in video games. Once I get on the sticks, you know, I go crazy.
Jarvis Landry, I bet not see him in deathmatch, because I plan on knocking his nog off. With the M4, one to the head, lay him down. Where's his teammate?
The opposing players talking trash, and I am absolutely talking trash.
I ain't even trying to get nobody else but him, trust me.
I don't care about them kids, man. Tuck them in, put them night-night. Get off my screen, get out my lobby, go back to the home page.
I've never heard of Justin Jefferson playing the game. I've never seen nothing about it.
He can talk all the trash, he can say this and that, but once we get on them sticks, it's a whole different story.
Got the head coach with me, you know what I'm saying? We about to skirt, pull up.
Bro, trust me, I shoot and play like a professional player too, bro. I'm dirty.
Guess Ricky was talking trash, not sure why. He's clearly the coach for a reason.
We're in the league.
Got more championships than all my teammates, and I'm about to add another one after we're done with this.
We don't feel pressure, we apply it. Come on now.
So I'm going to feed off my teammate. We're going to get together, and we're going to shock the world.
We about to get it turned. We about to get it cracking.
I don't care about your age. I don't care if you're old or not. You got to get it.
Awesome, man. Great stuff. And also, this is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Big game weekend is here. The Super Bowl is coming up, and we all know one thing. Nothing gets it going like friends, fun, and a few large pizzas. That's why Pizza Hut has teamed up with In the Know to deliver the Call of Duty rematch we've all been waiting for. The Florida Mutineers squaring off with pro athletes for the In the Know Bowl 2021. It's an esports tournament like none other. One thing's for sure, we'll be chowing down a large $10 tastemaker as we watch along with all the action. And with up to any 3 toppings included, it's a fully customizable loadout for your pizza. Order now for contactless delivery, carry-out, or curbside pickup on pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Man, I cannot wait to get my hands on a pizza pie after this, man.
It's going to be great.
Telling you, I'm getting the meat lover. Chicken, bacon, pepperoni. That's all I need,
talked
man.
About this, dude. This
all
is
I need.
Unacceptable. But yeah, our Checkmate game is loaded on up. We'll be in there very shortly, guys. And this is our finals, man. I'm excited for this. You know, it's been a long day getting these guys ready to go, and they've been frying, man. These guys have been some troopers. Getting in these games and figuring out what loadouts they're running. And finally, they're Slack and Justin Jefferson versus Neptune and Jarvis Landry kicking things off here. Obviously, Study, you're rooting for Justin Jefferson, Slack. I'm on the side of Jarvis and Neptune. Either way, man, it's going to be a good one.
You hit Slack right off the rip. with those comms. Calling him out. Able to win a big gunfight onto Jarvis right off the rip. Now it's going to be Neptune trying to cause some havoc at that 8 point. Black was able to push through, but Justin Jefferson was able to pick up the kill on the Neptune. Now, it's all about just trying to get some ticks onto this first 8 point. Don't forget, guys, this is our final matchup. Whoever walks away will walk away the champion and also $10,000 to their charity of their choosing.
Nice.
Black, unfortunately, he's going to go down there. 2 kills for Justin Jefferson, 26-23. Justin Jefferson, he's trying to hold this cross out towards the 8 point. Able to spot Neptune, trying to make that cross play. Also going to spot Jarvis in that top lane area. Neptune trying to play his life in the back. He's going to get taken down. That's a 1-on-1 between Slack and Neptune. Slack is going to come out on top there. 2 ticks are going to come in on A. And this could be a nice early capture of this 8 point if Slack and Justin Jefferson are able to keep up this momentum. And just like that, they're able to take that 8 point. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. 24-21. Slack able to pick up another kill onto Neptune. Currently on a 3 spree. Trying to hunt down Jarvis Landry, able to take him down as well. Now both players are going to be coming off spawn. Slack knows exactly what he needs to do. Justin Jefferson is trying to jump off the top. He's going to get taken down. Now it's all left up to Slack by himself versus Neptune and Jarvis, but he's going to get taken down as well.
Yeah, man, Jarvis, they're going to always pick up those big kills, but Slack started off doing well, man.
Yeah.
I think these guys have been waiting around. Neptune and Jarvis have been waiting around for this finals matchup, so maybe a little bit rusty coming into this one. Only been a little bit, but Slack just came off a huge game, so he's super warmed up, picking up big kills, got the M4 in hand. What did he say is more championships than his teammates, so
yeah.
He's trying to establish that veteran.
They're both on the point
dominance.
again. I got one take. He jumped
Shots
up top
out,
in
gonna
the
get
airplane.
taken out there. Good team
That
fire
one's
by
down low.
Neptune and Jarvis. Neptune up top. He's got control, trying to control that right side wing. Doesn't see anybody deep right. Going to go into a big win almost while he's out. They taking out team fire once again, and there goes the 2-piece. Huge plays out of Neptune and Jarvis. Jarvis securing that point right now, doing what needs to be done. Neptune controlling the top lane. This is what you love to see. Will Jarvis win that gunfight down low? Nope, gonna get taken out, but Neptune on the other hand gonna win his fight. Now it's a 1-on-1. And Neptune there for the kill. That's 2 down in the spawn now. Just absolutely slaying, ripping those lives apart and establishing dominance on the map.
This is a huge break off for Neptune. He was running that AK-74U off the rip. He decided to switch over to the XM4 Relas, and Slack had it as well ever since then. The guy has been on a mission. 7 spree, unfortunately, he's going to get taken down there. But Jarvis trying to go for the trade. Justin Jefferson able to pick up a big 2-piece. Now it's going to give himself some time to try to get a couple ticks on this. 40 seconds are going to be remaining in this round number 1. Neptune's going to drop down right in front of him. Justin Jefferson is going to win that gunfight as well. Now it's all going to be left up to Jarvis Landry. Slack is in a position at top lane to play those spawn kills. Justin, all he has to do is just stay alive on this point. A second tick is about to come in. They can close out this round number 1.
Stay on that point if you can.
Absolutely, they definitely can. And that was a big gunfight win there for Justin Jefferson at range. He's got MP5 and an AR in hand, so he can pretty much do it all. And you can see he's almost happy. It looks like he's gonna get it.
Come on, man. Let's go.
And that's round number 1. Going to Slack and Justin Jefferson.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You could just tell the communication is there between these boys. Slack was slaying in the air, in the plane the entire time, just giving enough time for Justin Jefferson to just stay on that B point and just capture it all the way, man. Nobody contested him, but it was all on the back of Justin Jefferson picking up a huge 2-piece onto Neptune and Jarvis at such a great time, man. Put themselves up 1-0.
Absolutely, man. They just have to win one more round and are in the No 2021 Bowl Championship. We'll see if they're able to do it. Neptune, gonna have to turn up for the squad, but also Jarvis, man. He's got to bring it.
Oh, man, and this one throws Neptune off, man. He was running that XM4 last round, but wasn't really feeling it. You could tell. He just pulled out the AK-74U. Slack's able to open it up with the kill. Play's going to be on an A, but Slack's going to be able to win a huge gunfight on that top yellow crate. 5 spree for Slack, 4 spree for Justin Jefferson. Oh, man. A minute left on the clock. Jarvis Landry and Neptune need to make a quick play towards one of these points in order to stay alive in this match.
Jarvis trophy out, gonna get taken out though.
He's going B-side. He's going B-side.
Anything going? Slack on the other hand, he's got everything going for him. Rotating around over here towards this B-side. That's Neptune. Can Neptune start to do some damage? Sitting at even right now. You need more out of your pro COD player.
Guys up top.
And that if you're Jarvis. And Neptune's just going to have to turn up, man. There goes one. There goes two. That's exactly what you needed. Then they give them the map control. And now they should be able to do some damage. Working on that progression at B. Got to win some gunfights here. That's a huge win just by the skin of his teeth. Justin Jefferson is going to survive that one. And Neptune nearly getting one full take onto B. He's there for the kill, and he's going to finally take out Slack. And Justin Jefferson, he's got to get close. He's on top of the wing, but the progression's coming in. Two ticks are about to happen, and Neptune going to ditch the point, go for the kill, going to take out Slack, and that's exactly what he needs.
This is the only thing. Justin Jefferson, great position there, able to pick up both kills. 25 seconds remaining for the offensive team. Neptune and Jarvis Landry need to put some pressure onto one of these points. They need to get to one in order to stop this clock from continuing to tick down. Justin Jefferson coming up behind this player in plane. Going to put some great shots down onto Neptune, able to take him down. Here comes Jarvis trying to push towards yellow. Great. 10 seconds remaining. Justin Jefferson gets another kill. 4 kills for Justin Jefferson in a row. 3, 2, and 1.
Come on, man.
And there you have it, guys. The champions of the In the Know Bowl 2021, Justin Jefferson and Slack. What a run they had, man. Look at these guys. They're grinning ear to ear.
Oh, man.
You could just tell, man, you're feeling good. Slack said it in that interview. He said, I got a lot of Call of Duty championships. I'm looking forward to adding another one after we win this. And that's exactly what they did, man. Dominated all day. Fought back in that huge semifinals match versus Jumper. But now they're going to be our champions. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, man, and throughout the tournament, dude, we've just seen, different players turning up. Shout out to our other finalists that, are going to get second. Neptune, he had a great tournament as well. He was going off.
He definitely did.
I mean, Jarvis Landry had some big plays, right?
Yep.
Comes down to checkmate. That's a tough map, like we
really
said
is.
earlier. Like Mark Ingram, he had a donut on that map. It was just tough for him. If you don't have a ton of experience, it's going to be hard. Now, and here goes our highlights from the finals. Crazy, man, seeing these guys turn up all day. You called it right from the get-go, Jay.
Justin Jefferson, man, two-piece after two-piece. When he needed to the most, he knew exactly where he needed to be positioned, knew exactly what he needed to do for his teammate in Slack. The communication was there between these two guys, and you could just tell, man, even though he switched it up, he was running that AK-47 right off the rip, switches to that AK-74U on the second side, and was able to pick up consistent two-piece after two-piece. Him and Slack were both on 5 and 4 kill streaks at the same time, and that's just insane, man, especially in a 2v2. Neither one of you guys are dying. Great plays out of them.
Yeah, and that was like the first map where an athlete actually went positive and turned up. So shout out to Justin Jefferson. He deserved that one. Do you have a favorite moment of the day from any of our games?
So far, my favorite moment of the day has to be Mark Ingram going 0-13. Like, if you talk that much trash talk and you come in here and you just don't get a kill, it completely throws me off,
That's your favorite moment of the day? Mark Ingram dropping
Yeah, because he was king of trash talking. And if you're a trash talker like myself, you got to be able to back it up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he was 0-13.
Big shout out to all of our competitors, man. Obviously, it's tough that we didn't have Awakening. I would love to see him play, but Jumper came in and he was fine as well.
Yeah, man. Especially, we thought it was big shoes to fill for Awakening, but he went in and just completely destroyed Skies. Moved on to the next round, won that very first round versus Slack, but they made some adjustments and were able to close out that map. But if you're Jumper, you got to be feeling really good, man. You stepped in very late. You were able to make it to a semifinals. Unfortunately, you're losing in that third round, but it was a great performance all day.
Yeah, I think our first matchup, thinking back, that was actually one of the better ones of the day.
Yeah.
We had Ogre 2 going up against Big
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of turn-ons going on in that situation. Steven Jackson, he got turned on going towards top green. It was mind-blown.
Yeah, that one was hilarious. Steven Jackson was talking a lot of trash.
Yeah,
really
dude, yeah.
We got to check him out again in the future.
Yeah,
right?
we do.
What gun was he using?
He was using an AK, dude.
What was the scope, though?
I don't even know. I've never even seen it. I've never seen it.
Out of the pro side of things, outside of Slack, who just won, who really impressed you today?
So far, Neptune, even though he lost in that finals right there, he was destroying Havoc. And especially on a map like Crossroads, he was single-handedly spawn trapping them. He's like 45 and 21 at a point. Him and Jarvis, they were communicating a little bit because Jarvis knew exactly what he needed to do for his teammate to succeed. And unfortunately, losing the finals, but it was a great performance all day.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, 2v2 control and like how certain maps play out. Like we see on Checkmate, their ARs are just so powerful. And one thing that we didn't see throughout the day was like players picking up weapons and using the sub and AR combination. And what did we see right there? Justin Jefferson picked up that AR and he was just swapping back and forth. So we could see sort of that experience coming into play. And especially from Warzone, we're going to use all different types of weapons. You know, and I think quickly as the tournament went on, these guys started to use the 74Us and the M4s.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
Henry Ruggs, you know, we saw him pull out the Bullfrog. He had it iron sights once. He had it with the red dot once. Jarvis Landry with the FFAR. It was beautiful plays out of them. Just using those random weapons all day today, because we usually expect the top 3 weapons, the 74U, the Krig, and the XM4, but they would put it on the show all day for us. Just thank you to you guys.
Well, let's hear what our finalists had to say. I'm excited to see Kay Adams interview our finals.
All right, we are here with the winners. Woo, woo, woo. Justin Jefferson, who should win Offensive Rookie of the Year at NFL Honors tomorrow, of course, as we look ahead to Super Bowl 55. So excited to be here at the In the Know Bowl. My name is Kay Adams. Slacked, you also won. How was the competition against Neptune? He was amazing tonight.
It was some hard competition, but you know, he's a new up-and-comer, and I'm an old veteran, so I knew I'd get the job done, and I told Justin we weren't going to lose it, so I couldn't lose to my son.
And you add to another championship with COD. I love it. Justin Jefferson, talk to me about this tournament and how much fun you had.
I had tremendous fun. Just playing against some of my friends and old teammates. Well, you know, old guys that I connected with. So to play the game with them and win it out, it was cool.
Justin, who's the second best Call of Duty player in the NFL next to you?
I mean, Jules Landry was in the semi, so I mean, he came second place, so I got to go with him.
Yeah, he came up clutch for sure. A veteran in the NFL. I love that. Okay, so Malka Sports is hooking you up with $10,000, 10 stacks to give to whatever charity of your choice you want. Who are you giving that money to?
I decided I was going to go with All Kids Hungry. You know, definitely need to feed some of these children out here, so definitely putting that money to a good cause.
I love it. It's No Kids Hungry, and it is an incredible organization. I love that it's a great organization. I love that that's going to make such a difference in the lives of those kids. And Slacks, what's next for you?
Not a whole lot. Just get back to the drawing board, continue to work hard, and start our season here in the next few days.
Justin, did you learn anything from Slack in this tourney?
I learned a lot from Slack. He's the man. He's the legend. So definitely.
What did you learn?
You know, just attacking the strategy, just being communicated, and I mean, just being doing what I'm told. He know it all, so I'm just doing what I'm told.
I love that. Slack. You know, I know Justin Jefferson's strengths on the field. He just doesn't have He always acts like he's been there before. There's never a moment that's too big for him. That's how I see him as a player. How do you see him as a gamer?
I mean, we talked a little before we started playing, and I mean, he told me he was all confidence, and I can see that on the field, and I knew a transition to Call of Duty. We talked briefly about how you know, the NFL and Call of Duty is just a lot of confidence. So going into this tournament, I knew we were going to win it. Like I said, his head was high, and he was very confident against some of his teammates and good friends in the NFL.
I love it. Congrats to you both. Congrats on the 10K to No Kids Hungry. And thank you guys for being here at the In the Know Bowl. So much fun. And let's send it over to Jeremy and Anthony. Good night, guys.
Well, thank you, Kay. You've been wonderful to work with all day long. And congrats to Slack and Justin Jefferson on taking the W. Jeremy, also, you've been incredible all day.
You too,
it's
man.
It's been a great time. And also, don't forget, the ITK Bowl 2021 is delivered by Pizza Hut. Order a $10 Tastemaker pizza made with up to 3 of your favorite toppings. It's like a cheat code for your cravings. Head to pizzahut.com for contactless delivery, carryout, or curbside pickup. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Well, shout out to our production team. Shout out to Malcolm Sports, everybody who helped throw this. It's been a fantastic day. But most importantly, the fans, we appreciate you guys coming out for the In the Know Bowl 2021. And until next time, guys, have a good one.
Boy, the trash, man.
I like moving